And that's what's in the link.
Yeah, pretty much made
The second link.
So I'm about to go live.
Yeah.
Master,
Go
are you
ahead.
driving?
Oh yeah, my bad. I got you.
Wow.
Oh shit.
2 minutes.
Right.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah, you always on something, dude.
Help me, my dude.
But yeah, we're about to go live. Should be live. Yo, what's poppin'? We live.
I got mute. That shit. Okay.
One Piece Tournament of Power. Shout out to Joy Boy. It's actually sponsored by Joy Boy. He made a bracket on Twitter today. Thought it'd be cool if we had a stream around it. You guys should be able to follow along. We're gonna go through each round. We're gonna try to get to the end today, the finals today. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to get to the finals.
Hell no.
I don't know. We shouldn't spend that much time on things.
All right, so wait, hold on. So it's on Jobo's thing?
No.
You just check the channel.
He's showing it on his screen.
I'm showing it
It's on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's linked. It's also linked on the
Hangout
messages.
chat.
If it's you
I
want
said in the Hangout chat.
Yeah.
Local.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can.
It's the second one. BDA cancer.
Yeah.
That was
It is though.
Cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. A shout out to the chat. You know, you guys been waiting around for a little bit. I appreciate you guys.
An hour. Yo, it's legit been an hour, bro.
Hey, salute. Salute to the
He
chat.
said 5
niggas.
minutes.
Always. Yeah, it's been more than 5
It
minutes.
felt like 5 minutes. Man. I'm not gonna lie.
You got the most loyal fans, bro.
I appreciate
Always.
that.
Without a question.
Always.
But yo, all right, let's get through this. So the first one we had was Akainu versus Weevil.
Unanimous. Akainu. Yes. Should we move on?
Sakazuki.
Yeah.
Is anybody
Unanimous?
voting for Weevil?
No. Let's
Speak
move
your
on.
mind.
Ty's not
Prime-
here, so it's
Prime
Let's
White
move
Beard
on.
now. I
No,
don't
let's move on. Come on.
Yeah,
Prime White
now.
Beard, bro. Come on.
Let's move on. Let's move
All
on.
right, it's the red dog.
Please
Yeah.
stop, Steve. Okay, Akainu. It's Akainu.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, Akainu versus Weevil. All right, so that should be Akainu. Hold on, this shit isn't fucking changing. All right, next Daifuku versus Rob Lucci.
Ooh, this is actually interesting.
Yeah, that's actually.
Let's have everyone go down to their answers.
Are we going down the line?
I think if we're talking about now, I'm sure Lucci got stronger, so I would say Lucci, but it's hard. Like that's actually a tough one. I don't know.
Yeah, it basically just depends on how much you think he's progressed over the time.
Exactly.
I was gonna say fucking Lucci or Daifuku, but I just realized there's no way that Lucci's getting blocked by Sanji, so Daifuku. Or I mean Lucci.
Are you
Yo, stop the cancer.
Let's
Stop
not
the
do that.
That's easy.
Yo.
That's cakewalk. Nah, dude, fuck that. Yo, listen, man. Put some respect on that. All right? Put some goddamn respect on. But the problem is, like we can't. If we look at what Rob Lucci does post-time, pre-time skip, and then we add on arm and hockey, because we have no idea if he has like any high emotional hockey, but he must have some. But then, okay, so let's say it's armor hockey at the bare minimum. Is that enough to fight against Daifuku? I don't know. Like, I mean, like I'm leaning more towards Daifuku, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all assuming that Lucci is a lot stronger now than he was before.
Yeah.
I mean, does anybody think? I think we would all agree that Daifuku is definitely stronger than pre-time skip Lucci, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Wait.
So we got 3 people so far.
So Daifuku versus Lucci. Who we got?
I got Lucci.
I got Lucci. I think I got Lucci.
It's
It's
gonna be on Lucci level.
Based on how I see
Yeah.
Lucci now,
Yeah.
I would say
CP0.
Yeah.
CP0
Especially when it's
Lucci.
CP0, he has to have a
Yeah.
small upgrade.
I got CP0 Lucci winning too.
Yeah,
I'll give it to Lucci.
How many
this
for
time.
Lucci right now?
He gets it
Unanimous?
this time.
Well,
Well, just is anybody?
I heard somebody say Daifuku.
I think King wants that Fuku, but
I also go for Daifuku.
No.
Yeah,
look.
me.
Okay, so here's the thing. Is like,
So there's 3 Daifukus?
I just don't know how much we're gonna scale Rob Lucci. I mean, ultimately, like, I'll just say, like, based on what we know, I mean, I'm leaning more towards Daifuku because Daifuku hasn't shown. He's just shown like part of his abilities, and he can cut mad ships in half. Rob Lucci with maybe a Gaicho on hockey list could do that. Maybe if he could do that, I don't know. But I mean,
I don't know. I'm scaling it based on like where Luffy is. But I feel like Rob Lucci.
Yeah,
he
like,
was a
for
product
me,
as
wait,
well.
really? I mean, if that's the case, then the Rob Lucci.
Well, like for
Already.
me, I would pick Lucci because out of all of the pre-time skip villains, Lucci is really the only one that you could probably justify him having like equal growth.
Yeah.
He's the only person that's actually had.
I mean, it also kind of depends where you scale the. Wait, were you done, Dritz, or no?
No, base. I said what I said. So good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, basically, it depends on where you scale the commanders, because I think Daifuku's not commander level, and I think Rob Lucci could be at the lower commander levels.
Yeah.
So that's kind of just how I see it.
Yeah.
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 And it depends on the other CP0
All
mode
right.
too,
All
right?
right, fair enough. Fair
So I guess we're going with Lucci in this one.
So that's unanimous,
I think
right?
so.
Yeah,
we got like.
yeah.
I think
Not
Master J-
exactly.
Master J said Daifuku, right?
Yeah,
It's
he's the
eight-
only
like
one,
an
I think.
All right, so that was a 9-1. So Rob
Yeah, so 9-1 Lucci.
moves on. All right, so next we
Unanimous
have-
for next one.
Unanimous.
Big Mom versus
Unanimous.
Yeah.
Unanimous.
Unanimous?
It's gotta be.
I don't know
Big
about
Mom.
this one, boys.
Come on.
I know there's going to be.
All right, so
That
there's
goes
gonna
some
be some
Akuma
devil's
though.
unanimous right
advocates.
here?
Yeah.
Though, I don't know.
Listen,
There's gonna be some people
if
advocating
all the
for
Yoko
Sable.
are in like the semifinals, then we got problems. Then we got big problems. All right? Like, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, if we got some admirals in there,
Yeah.
No. Big Mom.
Come on.
Big Mom low diff Skuma. Move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
I mean, I
Let's
think
move
I'd
on.
agree with that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
much.
let's move on.
I know this one's gonna take a while. So we got
Yeah.
Killer
Wait, you said
versus
Kuma?
Sanji.
You said Kuma?
Big Mom and
Yeah.
Kuma.
Yeah, I vote for Kuma.
Yeah,
Stop,
get the fuck out of here.
stop.
Troll.
Trolling.
Oh my
All right, yeah, you got to take away one vote from Big Mom.
All right,
Yeah.
bring Big
What?
Mom back to
Anyway, so
9.
Big Mom moves on. It's all
Big
good.
Mom still moves on. All right.
Yeah.
Killer and Sanji.
Sanji.
Killer.
Ooh,
Killer.
actually,
Killer.
Oh, that's a fight. That's a good
Killer.
Wait,
fight.
hold up. Let me go real quick, because a lot of people are gonna be saying I'm fanboying when I say this, but
You're about to say
I got
Proceeds
Killer,
to
and
fanboy, but go ahead.
it's not because it's Sanji. I if you guys remember from our fucking power scaling thing a long time ago that we did, I put Killer ahead of Zoro, so I'm not completely fanboying.
Okay.
All right, so each one go through your reasonings for whatever you need to say, and then we'll.
Sanji washes the piss out of Killer.
One's a supernova.
Whoa.
One's a supernova. The other one bakes cakes for a living.
What?
Wait, Cole, why do you think Sanji watched
Wait,
Purely
Killer's the
Donnie
shit.
based, bro.
Just-
That's
no,
purely Donnie
no
based.
troll, no troll. Just give.
I'm not even trolling.
Yonko level case.
I'm not talking to you, Cole. I'm talking to.
I forgot fruit.
Wait, you want me to explain why?
No. Like everyone explain why, but like no troll in between. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's pretty simple. Like I think Killer is basically Zoro's counterpart. Like
Yeah.
in Kid's crew, like there's so many parallels between Kid's crew and Luffy's crew about how like Kid is gonna be like kind of like the strongest of the other supernovas besides
Preach.
Luffy's crew.
Preach.
And that
Anyways, keep
how
going.
Killer is obviously his right hand man. He's the only other supernova that's like not a captain and is a supernova besides Zoro. So like obviously he's up there in strength. I mean, we obviously haven't seen much from Killer, but it's all based off just like story and how I think Killer is gonna end up.
Yeah. So for me, I think this boils down to what you value more: portrayal versus feats.
Mhm.
So for me, personally, I would probably value. I would agree with Froob. I would probably put Killer over Sanji if you were matching them up. If Kid's gonna be really important in the series, then you would imagine that Zoro would fight Kid. And
Yeah.
I know that Cole disagrees on this, but for me, Zoro is a little bit stronger than Sanji, so that would automatically put him as the winner for me.
Okay, I'm gonna just add on to that because I'm sure everyone knows my answer. He's in Kid's crew. He's a supernova, and on top of that, if we saw in the and also in Sabaody, he was like, he was fighting Urouge. Of course, it wasn't a serious fight, but they were still like, exchanging blows. So I mean, I gotta go with Killer too. I agree with both of y'all said too.
I'm glad you brought up Urouge because I was going to bring up the fight they did.
Mhm,
They did fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Is it? It's
Yes,
all
sir.
mass man. You love
I'm gonna
Lucky.
be real. Like, if you saw this dude's neck post time skip, like I have to give it to this dude.
Yeah, he went to the gym, bro.
Yeah, I'm going with Killer.
He went for neck day.
I picked Killer too, but I don't think it's a wash or anything.
Of course.
No.
Yeah,
It's a good fight. It's a good fight.
And
It'll be a
wasn't
good fight.
Killer stated to be the chef of Kids Crew?
I mean,
No, I
he
don't
is.
think
He,
so.
you know, he
I
well,
don't
he makes
think so.
noodles.
I don't think
That's
his
hobby.
position's been stated.
I mean, yeah, but his hobby is
I
making
wanna-
noodles.
I wanna
I
give
thought it was in the SBS recently. I thought it was like in one of the last two.
No, his
it's
job
his hobby.
in the real world to be an arms dealer, I think, or something like that. I don't know. But that was
Oh.
Killer. I don't know.
But his hobby was making noodles. So I don't know if you want to equate that to being a chef, but I mean, I don't know. That's what it said in the SBS that he liked making noodles.
I think it makes
Man,
sense.
so how many we have for Sanji so far?
We got 4 for Killer.
Yeah,
I'm
4 for
saying
Killer.
Cole
I'm
for
Killer.
I want to give it a
I
Sanji,
got Killer.
but I have to give it to Killer.
So that's 5. That makes 5 for Killer.
Yeah.
5 for Killer.
Well,
Well,
I'm
that's
confused
4
right
because
now.
you've only spoken. I think it was like,
Everyone whoever is voting for Sanji, just say it.
Sanji.
So King,
It's not
who else?
expensive.
Who else?
Stupid.
I think that's it.
All right, so 9-1 Killer.
Wow. Wait. All right, King, you want to say your piece just to fucking like?
Of
No,
course.
I'll keep it
Sorry,
simple. I'll keep it simple. Zoro and Sanji are bona fide equals in combat. Therefore, Sanji. That's simple.
Well, you think? I'm assuming by that you just think that Zoro and Sanji are just way stronger than Killer. Like,
yes, because they have. Okay, here's the thing that we have to understand. People want Killer. I mean, people want the Supernova crews to be somewhat parallels to Luffy's crew, just because pre-time skip they had similar bounties. But they clearly forget that Luffy and crew have been continuously training for 2 years, and then they try to make that equivalent with, okay, well, they've been in the new world for 2 years, therefore the equivalency is there. That's completely false. Luffy, from a combat standpoint, I would argue, for the most part, in most of the stats, outclasses Law. If not for his broken ability, Luffy outclasses Law in almost every attribute of power.
yeah, but hold up.
Why is and then when you look at someone like Kid, whose powers, as far as we know, are specifically metallic base, where his hockey stands, no idea. Whether it's combotional, whether he has conquerors, we don't know. But when you look at the portrayal of what they've been doing, simply going to the new world, and even if your hockey blooms under stressful situations, that doesn't compare to actually spending 2 years dedicating to training for hazard situations. So from the standpoint, the growth rate of the Strat crew is going to be far more rapid than the rest of the other crews.
I got to contest that a little bit. I think people take like the 2 year time. Well, hold on. Before I say this, wasn't Law kind of waiting around like Luffy? Like he wasn't Law waiting during the New World? Yeah, because I remember he was waiting on Punk Hazard, just waiting around. Killer and all those people were actually like in the grime of everything, like doing shit. So I mean, it's a little bit different, but I know what you're saying. Like, especially now that we have like the whole the fucking hockey blooming thing kind of confirmed, it kind of changes things up. Yeah, it kind of changes things up a bit. I do think that the 2 year time skip was important for like obviously their power level and everything, but I also think that it was mainly used as a utensil to like speed up the story more than anything, because I definitely think that like, as you can see now, like Luffy versus Katakuri, look how much fucking stronger he got in just that one fight. Just like, we have no idea how
he beat two commanders in one arc, man.
Well, hold on a second now. Against Luffy and Katakuri, what was the main focus there was his Kambosha hockey growth. Yeah. When it came to Snake Man was already a utility that Luffy had at his disposal, as far as you understand. It's not like he made up Snake Man on the fly. What was the main thing here was his growth in Kambosha hockey. But the fact of the matter is that, from what we understand, they specifically trained so they could be successful in the new world. And that's what we're seeing, to where Luffy is at a bare minimum, like second commander level at a bare minimum. I agree. So
I agree. Yeah.
So like the thing here is that when you look at what's been showcased thus far from a combat standpoint, all three of them, Sanji, Luffy, and Zoro, have showcased fantastical feats in predominantly their strong suits. Whether it's Zoro and his DC, whether it's Luffy in every category, whether it's Sanji and his durability and his speed and his endurance, Sanji has showcased, I would easily say, more tangible feats than Zoro has post time skip. And in all honesty, how you see it, Sanji and Zoro have always been portrayed as equals. No matter how you slice it, that's how it's always been. So to say, okay, well, Killer is seen as the Zoro of the kid of the useless pirates. But hold on, we're assuming that the useless pirates, or whatever they're called, are on the same tier as the Strat pirates, when they're hell no not. When you have people that have been trained for 2 years, just blooming by fighting high-end pirates in the new world doesn't compare to being trained when you're honing your skills literally for 2 years. I mean,
that's not true.
Opposite first ready.
How are those going to be your first words?
Wait, Ty, why do you think it was that?
He's trying to make a logical point, but I disagree only because, like, if we put this in a Pokemon kind of context, just to help.
Here we go.
Oh my fucking
like get it out. So say we reach the point where we have 8 gym badges, right? 8 gym badges, and you trying to beat the Elite Four, right?
Yeah.
So you could say that like Kid and them, they fighting the Elite Four, losing, fighting the Elite Four, losing, getting a butt kick, losing, and Luffy, he's training on the Indigo Plateau thing. Fighting those Pokemon, getting stronger, training, but those wild Pokemon are weaker than the Elite Four people, so they're getting more stronger. Like Kid, he been fought Big Mom. Luffy just currently is fighting Big Mom. Like Kid, he's getting real life, real world experience out there, like which I think is more than what Luffy got.
No. What we know of Kid is that Kid, no pirate has seen Big Mom, but but Luffy. I mean, as far as we know,
but I mean,
hold up.
Hold on.
He was in Big Mom's territory already, though.
Like as far as you know, because I remember talking to Roger about this at some point too. But as far as we know, the only one that actually made it dead was Urouge. Literally only one. Which would mean that Urouge is stronger than Kid.
No, that doesn't. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with that.
Wait, hold up.
That doesn't mean that. Hold on. That doesn't mean that because we don't know when Kid went, and we don't know when Urouge went. If Kid went if Kid went 2 years before Urouge, and Urouge went like a year and a half later, then it's like he died.
We're spending too much time on this.
Yeah. So
King, give your last piece, and then
because it's already like 5-1.
But we have an idea, and the idea is to put Urouge's wounds. His wounds are fresh, whereas
exactly.
So we have no idea. So Urouge went recently, as far as you understand.
All right. So hold on. So I want to ask you this. So if Kid went like as soon as the time kept started or something like that, like if Kid went early, like because I think Kid went where anybody would have lost. Urouge went where like beating Snipe was possible for the strongest ones. That's why like I don't think Urouge is strong. I think Kid is still stronger.
Is that because?
All right, we're done.
Hold on.
Does anybody?
I mean, look. Okay, last words from me. Last words from me.
Good luck. Nice try.
Last words from me. Basically, the story portrays it, the feats portray it, the way everything goes. Sanji and Zoro equals. Therefore, Sanji.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Not even a question.
Okay. All right. Now, did anybody change their opinion from that? Does anybody change in their vote to Sanji?
I'm with Sanji for the culture, man.
Oh my. Okay, so it's 5-2.
All right,
5-2.
After further review and my Zoro bias out the way, I'm putting Sanji.
So
Whoa.
5-3.
I'm going to join Laz and Brago.
7-3.
6-4.
Okay, y'all better just stop. Oh, what the fuck, dude?
Is anybody changing? Anyone else?
You let King finesse your way? Like, come on now.
Hey, King might be spinning facts. I don't know.
6-4. Anybody?
Okay, let's just let it go because we still want the majority.
You voted for Sanji?
Chill.
Nah, it's 6-4 right now.
Stop, King. Chill out, King. Let's just let it go, bro.
No.
Sanji's gonna beat Big Mom soon.
Who voted? Because I'm not too sure who voted.
I'm gonna go with Killer.
That was literally your reason.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Okay, so it comes with Killer.
Okay, well, Ty goes with Killer, so I think Killer wins, yeah?
Wow, you had Sanji.
Killer wins. Killer.
Okay. I think that was.
Yeah, so it's 6-4. Yeah.
6-4. All right. Next we have Luffy and Urouge.
Oh, that's okay. Luffy.
All right,
Luffy.
So since Titus got here, I'm just gonna say once again. So everyone like go through your reasonings and but don't try to argue the entire time.
Really quick.
Go ahead.
Is anybody voting for Urouge? Let's just get that out of the way.
I do not think so.
Probably not.
Look, I wish I was one.
Escape and who else? Is that it?
I'm voting for Urouge. I said.
Okay, Escape and Taekwon.
Okay.
All right. So since they're this is the way we're gonna. I think is the best way to do it. If you're in like a huge minority, you guys can just try to.
I agree.
Try to sway us.
Change it. Try to sway us.
I'll simply put it this
Try
way.
to sway us.
All right, go ahead. Either one of you.
Since I'm not gonna put Luffy running around in the mirror world or anything. I'm not gonna do any of that running in and out kind of shit. I'm gonna put him in a legit situation where he has to fight somebody for a set amount of time that I think he can't beat them. Because with Urouge's Devil Fruit, the Karma Fruit, where he has to take in damage to get stronger, I feel like that would give him an advantage. And
that's a good point. A matchup
versus Gear Force, that's a matchup.
And not to mention, if you take a Kong gun to him and then he retorts that damage with double back to Luffy, you know how much damage he's doing?
But the thing is, can he take a Kong?
Why wait? But he can take it.
Yes, he can.
He's defense.
He beat a commander. He's able to take that.
Yeah, he beat
how
a
I see
commander,
it.
So
I think he might have swayed me.
What I have to say about
the
ruling on the field, I take Urouge.
If Urouge is able to battle a commander, right, and win, right?
But Luffy battled a commander several.
I understand that, but the amount of
commanders.
But he had help from
time and help he had. Okay. Right. I'm talking in a 1v1, right, boys? We're talking 1v1. No, like he's at a. He's gonna have to fight him all by himself for a certain amount of time. He's not gonna have anybody to replenish his health or keep him from like running away from Urouge. Like he's he has to take him head on. That's where this splits. Like, I don't think Luffy's gonna be able to take him head on for that set Gear 4 time limit.
Well, I'm just gonna put One
I
Piece
don't
real
know.
quick. Well, for me, like I'm counting Luffy as we're scaling Luffy post Whole Cake Island, so he has basically what he has now heading into the fight. And secondly, to the point that no one could people could tank King Konga. No one's actually tanked King Konga in the series.
Well, I'm not saying he's gonna tank it, but I don't think Urouge is gonna stand there.
But his fruit has that potential to do so.
Yeah,
but the point is, like, I think the argument from like either side is like, well, once Luffy gets out of Gear 4, he's screwed, and then Urouge wins, right?
No, that's not.
That's what
Well,
pretty much.
Wait, hold on a second.
I'm saying this.
Why are we even assuming that he has to go into Gear 4 in the first place?
Well, I'm just saying,
Wow, are you serious?
They're the only two. Hold on. They're the only two supernovas to be the Sweet Commander. So it's gonna get to that point. You can't try to.
We don't know that at all.
Yes, we do, because they.
No, we don't.
One beat Brago category.
No, that is true.
Yeah.
Luffy's durability that's shown. No, I was agreeing with everyone else. Luffy's durability that has been shown, like, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. Like, we saw how fucking Katakuri could not kill this man even when he was like in his regular form.
I think Luffy beats it.
And even if Luffy hits with a Kong gun and he tries to retort, like, how you know he's gonna hit Luffy?
Luffy has observation hockey on deck now. Like, I don't know.
I think Luffy post Whole Cake Island. I don't know if this is like.
Yeah, I don't think.
Wait, hold on. Like, not even like, hold on. Like, let's remember here. Like, number one, from a speed standpoint, as far as you know, Luffy outclasses Urouge. Period. Number two, Urouge has no piercing weapons, so all damage that Luffy's gonna suffer, he's gonna be able to mitigate someone with his rubber body. Number three, when it comes to just the power of a Gear 3. I think we're forgetting that Gear 3 barrage attacks can destroy almost half of Noah. And the Grizzly Magnum is stupidly powerful. Like, the Grizzly Magnum is maybe even stronger than the Kong Gut. Let's keep it real for a second here. All right? Like,
either way, Luffy
wins. Gear 4, Gear 4, I don't think is even necessary, honestly.
It might not be post Whole Cake Island.
After his fight with Katakuri, I cannot see Luffy.
I don't know. I just don't know.
I don't think
Luffy's speed. Because Luffy's
I don't agree.
I can't see Luffy losing.
With what King's saying about the Gear 4 thing, because I mean, I don't think Luffy's gonna. I can't see Luffy not beating someone at this point without Gear 4th.
Yeah,
like I do. I do agree.
I understand that point, but like I think you're arguing from a plot. Like, if Oda actually drew this in the manga, then he would create circumstances that would force Luffy to do it.
Yeah.
But this entire debate's just like headcanon, right?
Well, I mean, okay, well, yeah. Like, the thing is, it is headcanon. But really quick. We kind of, like, to do this is hard because we kind of have to assume what Urouge's double fruit is. We don't necessarily know, like, how it deals with everything because, like, I mean, part of, like, the thing with Urouge's double fruit people think is, like, when he takes blunt damage, he, like, gets stronger and he beefs up. So if that's exactly what it is a good matchup for him. But, I mean, I don't know.
But there has to be a limit to it because you can...
And then also, hold on.
There has to be a limit to it.
Right, hold on.
Yeah, but he only got stopped with a laser, though, man. Like...
Right. But then also, check this out for a second. So we know that Snacks has some kind of blade weapon, like a sword or something. Right. So we don't know how the fight went, but if Urouge is taking damage from blunt and then he gets stronger, but Snacks has a sword as a main weapon, then how would that exactly work?
Yeah.
We just don't know the details of the actual fight between Urouge and Snacks to actually clarify what Urouge's baseline powers are, let alone what he can do with certain effects on his body. Like, we need to know that.
He gets stronger. You got no legit reasons for why he would lose. The only legit reason you have for why he would lose is that Luffy wouldn't have to go.
If he took damage and got stronger, then how come Kizaru just fixed it?
No. But I'm saying, like, check this out. Like, all right, say Luffy goes Gear 4th, right, and it doesn't knock him out in the time limit. Then it's a wrap because he's a Gear 4th monster now.
Is there a time limit?
Not necessarily.
No, because he took all the Gear 4 damage. He's gonna be like that much.
But now
stronger.
Luffy can move after Gear 4th. He's not just like.
Yeah. And his limit is increased after the fight.
Yeah.
His
all
limit
right, hold on. Does anybody change their opinion? Has anybody changed their opinion?
I mean,
Because a lot of Urouge is
like
like when we were first voting. Which is
when we first started, it was like 3 Urouge. I'm Luffy.
I'm
Luffy wins.
I'm Luffy. How many Urouge we got?
If this was before,
Luffy wins.
I'm a Urouge. The thing is,
so it's still just on really quick before
if Urouge was to fight Katakuri right now, we don't know what happens to just say, "Oh, let's give it to Luffy." Urouge could probably beat Katakuri right now. We don't know.
Is it still just tie and escape that are for Urouge?
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah, so tie. Get your last point out.
Not just that. Luffy's the main character, so we're getting to see more of him. But I think that Urouge is ahead of Luffy because he beat a sweet commander early, like at a point where Luffy probably would have struggled to beat him too. But I think right now Urouge is like it's his favorite at this matchup.
All right, Scape. You got anything else to say or no?
No, I already left it. I already said what I had to say.
All right,
So
back
it's-
to Luffy.
Like pretty much like Luffy needed help with Cracker.
Yo, chill,
Urouge
chill.
is
It's 8-2.
worse than ain't no chill. Urouge is Urouge is a worse matchup for Luffy. Urouge is a worse matchup for Luffy
Okay.
than Cracker. Because
Okay.
Urouge is gonna be like Cracker had the biscuit defense. Urouge is gonna be taking the hits, getting.
But the
stronger.
matchup is Luffy. But that's the matchup.
Yeah, but
Therefore,
he's-
Luffy wins. I mean, like,
no, how he
how
wins?
gonna-
He couldn't beat
Yo, we
Cracker
can't-
without
we
help.
cannot be standing on that. Yo, it's 8-2.
Yeah, so it's 8-2.
Yeah, can we-
Luffy wins.
Luffy, yeah, let's move on.
Let's
Let's
move
move on.
on.
It's a wrap.
And then
Really,
Billy-
I bet I can't
this
let
should
Luffy
almost scare
post.
me because it's like, is Luffy gonna lose in the first round? Is that
Hell
like,
no,
what the
hell no.
To
He's
Urouge?
gonna make it later on. Come on.
I mean, the poll stuff right now with Katakuri. helps
Rayleigh
him.
Virgo. Does anybody vote for Virgo?
Yeah,
And
is
No.
anyone voting for Virgo here?
No, it's
move on,
a
move
wrap.
on, move on, move on.
Unanimous.
Wash.
Unanimous.
Wait,
And,
who?
Yeah, wash.
Really?
Rayleigh
I
versus
don't know,
Virgo.
think
Again, I
wait,
think
Yeah,
I
I can't hear who now.
Wait, chill.
Rayleigh
Virgo
and
versus
Virgo.
Rayleigh. Virgo versus
Rayleigh
Rayleigh.
versus
I think
Virgo.
Cole might
Virgo
swing
versus
Virgo?
Rayleigh. Rayleigh.
Rayleigh. Rayleigh.
It's unanimous. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Rayleigh.
I think
Yo,
they're-
don't.
is
Yo,
it
try
James?
not to talk so much. All right.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
anybody
shut up.
voting for Virgo?
No.
Is anybody voting for Virgo? Okay.
No.
All right. Hawkins versus Smoothie.
Oh wow.
Smoothie.
I got
Smoothie. Smoothie.
Is anybody voting for Hawkins? All right, that's 10-0 then.
All right,
I
useless-
wish I could, but
useless
I haven't
advances.
seen this nigga in a while. Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
And the
Shanks versus Blackbeard is first round.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Who
Okay.
did this list? This is
Can
hard.
we come back to this one?
Yeah, let's say this. This is the
No,
last.
Shanks.
This is the last
Let's say
Shanks,
this.
move on. Move on.
Shanks
Shanks.
Let's move on. Move on.
This is the last.
No,
one, the
no,
first
let's do
round.
it. No, let's do.
How are we gonna
Yeah.
move on? Like, it's first
can-
round. We can't move on.
We gotta hold on to this for later. This is.
I mean,
Yeah.
we might as well
Okay,
just do it
let's
now.
get it over with. Let's get it over with. Shanks
Oh,
versus
yeah.
Blackbeard.
Shanks.
Who y'all
Black-
got?
Man,
Blackbeard.
right
Black-
now. Oh,
I got
fuck.
All right, hold up, really quick. Right now, it seems
Blackbeard.
like Blackbeard is in the minority. Who's voting for Blackbeard?
I got
I
Blackbeard.
think I got Blackbeard.
I got Blackbeard as well, bro.
For me, I think
yeah,
it's gonna
Blackbeard, yeah,
honestly go
Blackbeard.
either way. I think it just depends on where you think the story's going. Because
Exactly.
Blackbeard, yeah.
Oh,
that's
my
because so like for me, I would take this if Shanks is meant to be defeated by Blackbeard before he gets his third Devil Fruit. But a lot of people think that he's gonna get his third Devil Fruit and then beat
Yeah.
Shanks.
Yeah.
All right,
So
so,
that kind
so
of determines if
depends
you're
on
thinking-
how you
No,
view
this
it.
is pure
Very
negative.
hard.
This
It's
man
hard.
said he wasn't ready. He thinks he's ready after 2 years. Come
Hold
on.
on, hold on,
He's not
hold on.
Yeah,
ready.
I don't think he's
Tell
ready.
him, King. Tell him.
I mean, but he scarred him,
Facts.
though.
He's not
He
ready.
scarred him
Facts.
fire.
King of Lightning. Hold on. Luffy.
Facts.
Ready.
Luffy wasn't ready, but then 2 years later he's beating Katakuri. Blackbeard wasn't ready before.
Wait,
He's
wait,
ready
wait,
now.
Who trained Blackbeard though? Who trained
He
Blackbeard?
don't have for training. What does he need a trainer for? He's not.
Yo, hold on.
One thing that I'm gonna say is that people take Luffy training too seriously. He had to train because he was trash. That's why he needed that.
What the
Blackbeard doesn't.
We should do this. We should do
He
this
was
civilized. We should
trash,
just go. We should go down the line.
went-
We should go
He
down the
became.
line.
Hold on. He became a Shichibukai. He became a Yonko all by himself. What is it? He doesn't need training.
The chat
Yo,
knows.
all right,
Everybody
hold on,
saying
let's-
Shanks.
Let's go down the line. Let's go down the line because this is way too hectic.
Yeah,
All right,
so-
Brago, who you got and why?
Oh man, I think I'm leaning towards Blackbeard, due to the fact that I think Shanks, when he meets up with Blackbeard again, is going to be the final fight. And I think
Okay.
Blackbeard's going to take out Shanks. That's how I see the story going. So
All
I
right.
think Blackbeard.
Kid, who you got and why?
Fuck, I think, damn it, it's so hard, man. And no, I have to agree. Like, I honestly think story-wise, like, Blackbeard's going to beat Shanks. So even if I don't think Blackbeard's ready as of, like, maybe right now, there's no point in putting Shanks above someone who I think is going to
He's not ready right now, but therefore Blackbeard wins? What? Like,
No, but I don't know. We don't know for a fact if he's ready or not. But in this story-wise, I believe that Blackbeard's going to take out Shanks. So it wouldn't be right for me to say
Okay.
Shanks wins. So
All
I
right.
got to go with Blackbeard just for that.
All right,
King,
Cole.
who you got and why?
Shanks. Because Blackbeard's not ready. That simple.
All right,
Okay.
Laz.
Is that it?
Okay.
All
He's not ready.
Okay.
All right, Laz, who you got and why? Laz, who you got and why?
They can teach. I mean, he scars Shanks before, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does it again now with 2 fruits. That he's probably had time to like actually learn and study. Like you forget, this guy actually had the Devil Fruit books. He knows about these fruits and how they work. So it'd be surprising like during the time they actually fight, he's gonna understand these things when he goes into battle.
Yeah.
Like the only thing I can see as a counter to that is if Shanks knows how exactly bypass the Yami Yami no Mi. Until we actually see that, right now Teach has the advantage.
All right, Dretz, who you got and why?
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad whoever wins here because for me it's a 50-50, but I'm gonna I don't know, for my headcanon for the theories, I'm just gonna say that maybe he's not ready right now, and I'll pick Shanks for this time. But honestly, I think this could go either way.
That's who is that? Is that a fucking? Who is that? Who's
Wow.
next?
The King of Fire.
Bow. Oh, Bow. All right,
King
who
of
you got,
Fire.
Bow?
Blackbeard.
Wait, what'd you say?
Blackbeard.
Okay. You got anything to say, or is it just Blackbeard?
I got Blackbeard because strongest fruits in the verse, and I think he's just gonna beat him when they meet up.
All right. Escape.
I have Shanks as that because I feel like Luffy's portrayal with Shanks and the hat and all that, but also because Blackbeard said he wasn't ready at Marineford, and I feel like after 2 years, I don't think he will jump to that level where he can like jump. He can jump to the level.
Wait, hold on,
and be
Taekwondo, you're
Let me
almost
finish.
ready. Wait.
I think he can jump to the level and be on a Yonko, but I don't think he can just jump to that level and be over completely a Yonko like that.
Okay.
So
All right.
That's my piece.
All right. Steve-O?
Okay, I got Akagami no Shanks, and
Hey, my nigga.
I think I don't agree with the sentiment that that Blackbeard is not ready yet, but I just think that Shanks is a better fighter. Or at least that's how I see it going once we actually see them both fight.
So what was that scar on Shanks? Whoa, hold on. I had a question.
Hold on, really quick. It's your turn. It's your turn. So just say what you gotta say.
I had a question for him though. So if Shanks is a better fighter, what's up with that scar Blackbeard gave him?
He got a scar. I mean, thanks, Lou.
So where's Blackbeard's scar at in return? But anyway,
wait, who you got? Who you got right before you?
I got Blackbeard. Yeah, I got Blackbeard, and like we don't know if he's gonna have 3 fruits or not. Like it could have been that he didn't know how to use the white beard fruit. He had the quick fruit good enough, so he didn't want to fight Shanks right then and there. He knows how to use it better now, and he's probably stronger than Shanks at this moment.
All right, are you good? Or no?
That was really good.
Done?
Wait, so
okay.
Anybody change their mind?
Wait, really quick. No, I didn't go yet.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I got fucking Shanks. Yeah, it's 5-5. I got Shanks, and that's simply just because one reason.
Oh, wow.
I do think Blackbeard is like gonna be one of the strongest Yonko, and I think he could beat probably any of the other Yonko at this point, but not Shanks, just because Blackbeard's fruit is like based off countering Devil Fruit users, so I think Shanks is the worst matchup in the entire verse for him right now.
Okay, yeah,
that's fair.
All right, so
we need a straw poll.
Okay.
Yeah, we need a straw poll.
That's bypassing.
I was gonna suggest like do the straw poll on the side while we're voting for the other ones, and once
So we're gonna come back to that. So get the straw poll out.
Fruit, but you're saying bypasses the fact that he scarred Shanks without a Devil Fruit.
Yeah, but like, okay, I understand that argument. Just really quick, we can go on. I understand that argument, but it's like not like a good enough argument to me because it doesn't match up with anything. Like I don't know, it's like we don't know anything that happened in that fight whatsoever.
Well, we know he
I'm glad this went 5-5.
Like I understand what you're saying, but like for all we know, fucking Blackbeard could have lost like fucking 3 toes or some shit.
No, but
we don't know.
Wow.
This is the first 5-5.
We know he's missing a few teeth in his nose.
I knew this would be disputed. I knew this would be a toss-up.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be 5.
It's a really good matchup.
Yeah. All right.
But either way, though, it's an extreme diff fight. Either way, who wins?
Yeah, for sure.
It's 2 Yonkos, man.
I
Like,
was made a
Of
straw
course.
poll.
Yeah, it's extreme diff.
Vote
It's
that
extreme
straw
diff, by the
poll.
way.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Yonkos, man.
Of course.
Yeah, vote in that straw poll. After we're done with all the others, we're gonna come back to this.
Okay.
All right. So
Controversial start.
next we have
Fuji Smoker.
Fujitora. Go vote in the straw poll, guys. Fujitora and Smoker.
I think this is unanimous. Do we have to disagree or no?
Yeah, I think everyone's got Fuji.
Hold on, because y'all.
It has to be tied.
No, listen, you got to pay attention. I heard Fujitora versus Daruda. All right, now let's move on.
Smoker. Yes.
Smoker. Got you.
Yeah. He said Fujitora versus
I'm gonna pick Fuji, but be clear. Don't like. I couldn't understand y'all.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
That's fine.
Just chill, just chill. Like,
all right.
Too many people are talking.
So next we have Zoro versus Snack.
Ah, man.
Oh, wow.
That's a hard one, actually.
I think this is going to be a contested one, so we should probably spend some time on this.
Yeah,
Not Zoro.
Yeah.
So who wants to go first? If anybody has anything to say, go ahead.
So is anybody voting for Snack? Who is voting for Snack?
Yeah. Is anybody voting for Snack?
Wow.
All right, 10-0 Zoro.
Wow. Okay.
I'm thinking
10-0.
I'm thinking
Okay. All right.
I'm thinking too, but I don't know.
I think Urouge already beat Snack. Judge might beat Snack. Zoro could like high diff his way and beat Snack, I think.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, to me, like,
yeah, the
I
judge
think like
matchup kind of says it for me.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, Cole, did you select Snack?
if you
I
go
said
by
thinking about it.
Okay.
If Zoro can't beat Snack, he's trash. Because like Luffy beat he beat Cracker and he beat Katakuri. So it's like, if Zoro can't beat Snack and Urouge already beat him, it's like,
and it's the weakest of the. Like,
I think the reason I'm up for this is because Snack's the weakest.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If it was Cracker, it might be a little bit harder.
And if Urouge and let's say like if we're putting Luffy above Urouge and stuff, then at least like Zoro should be too far away. I mean, it's the Supernovas, right? So
I'm thinking of Zoro, man.
Yeah,
I agree.
I like Zoro's chances,
the title doesn't mean much in the context of the fight between Luffy and Katakuri. We know what went down. It's not like a straight up bout. Luffy had to run in the middle of that fight. So again, like from a standpoint of power, it's not like the three commanders themselves are bitches. I mean, every time,
you're right.
Every time they fight, there's always some underlining thing where X, Y, and Z happened. Therefore, the opponent was nerfed in some degree. Therefore, the main MC or something wins. So, which again, like the only issue. See, the reason why I'm going to choose Zoro ultimately is because I just don't know what will happen between Snacks and Urouge. I just have no idea.
And we said Snack had a blade, right?
Yeah, he had a
sword. Snack has like
Oh yeah, Zoro's not losing that fight.
Zoro physically can't lose.
He wins.
No,
Zoro wins.
The blade thing is kind of negligible to me because all of them have some form of weapon, but it's not like they've been shown to be extremely skilled using that weapon.
I think it's a little bit different.
Except for Cracker. Cracker looks like he's a swordsman.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I mean, like in the way you look at the sword the Snack has, more like a long sword that he has.
Yeah.
So I think it's a 10-0.
Yeah, I think it's over.
Okay. Next one is going to be
Next one we have Old Garp versus Mingo.
Versus Doflamingo.
Yeah. So to repeat it again in case anyone, it's Garp versus Doflamingo.
Yes.
Mingo.
Hold on.
I don't know actually. God.
Brago said Old Garp.
I take the former still.
Hold on, let me get it out. Tied in here. Old Garp versus Doflamingo.
So Old Garp as in this current Garp?
Yeah, current Garp.
Yeah, like the Garp. So I would say like the Garp and Marineford.
Yeah,
Marineford Garp. Shit.
Garp.
Yeah, I have to say Garp just because Garp was saying he was going to kill Akainu. So if you got the balls to say you're going to kill Akainu, but I don't know, like just from what he said, it's hard. This is really tough. But I got to.
Dolphy's not scared really the Admirals. You'd rather go against like no, he would go against the Admirals over the.
Yeah, but like here's my thing. I don't think that Doflamingo is like anywhere like I don't think Doflamingo is anywhere near Akainu's level, and I think the fact that Garp even thought he would have a chance against.
Yes, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
He had a chance against Whitebeard.
Wait, what?
No.
Crocodile thought he had a chance against Whitebeard. Like niggas,
and so did Mihawk.
Yeah, people think things, but it's like doesn't mean it's gonna happen. And what I'm saying,
but you gotta remember,
even Garp right now,
I know what you mean.
And Garp right now is weaker than Marineford because he's not even like active anymore.
Yeah, so actually, I think that's a poor argument for me.
He's still a big gap.
Not even.
He's still a big gap from Dofi and Garp to be.
Not even. Like Doflamingo has so much versatility with his power. He's
the most versatile villain.
I'm at least second most, or maybe even third most. Some folks don't argue or like even Crocodile.
I think
so. The thing here is that. But like,
I don't know. Those are
but like okay. So here's the thing. It's like when you look at speed, Flamingo actually has tremendous speed. Yeah, he gets speed blitzed by let's say a Gear 4 bound man Luffy, but Gear 4 bound man Luffy's insane. Let's not forget about the fact that this guy had a meteor in his face and he reacted to that shit along with Fujitora. Now. My issue with Garp is that Garp, as far as you know, he's just pure power. And that raw power meant something when he was fighting against John Chinjiao. And yeah, he can throw this giant steel ball. But honestly, like 99% of Garp's attacks aren't going to hit Flamingo.
But Garp's less than half as strong as he was before.
How you saying his attacks can't hit, but he hit Marco? Garp found the way to hit Marco.
Because Marco was beelining towards Ace.
Marco's fast. He still hit him. Like you can't assume he's sluggish just because he's power.
Yeah, but okay, hold on. But he was beelining towards Ace. It's not like Marco and Garp were actually engaged in full-on frontal combat. Marco was flying towards Ace, was instantly executed, and then Garp cut him off. What we do know is that so he jumped in front of Marco, and then Marco he couldn't react in time when he was already in his face. Fair enough. Yeah, but at the same time. We're talking about, once again, Doflamingo, who was shown to be able to react to a meteorite in his face, like literally in his face, and cut that to pieces. And on top of that, Garp took a punch from pre-time skip Luffy, was sent flying, and was bleeding. It's not like Garp
to get saved. No. I think he let that happen.
But it's not like Garp has like endurance that is like overwhelming per se. Like again, like not durability. I mean, he doesn't have durability that's overwhelming per se. Like the man can take attacks and bleed. And when you're because Flamingo can literally fly across the skies and attack from any angle he wants to. If you don't have the ability to at least fly and can be a Flamingo, the Sky Demon, you're gonna have problems, especially when he can awaken the ability, especially when he can awaken the area around you and attack from all different angles and damage. And again, if pre-time skip Luffy can damage Garp, then Flamingo is damaging Garp.
So hold on. So it's like what I want to say is that like I think it's a gap between those two characters. It's almost like Sanji's so fast, he's so quick, whatever. But when he fought Doflamingo, it wasn't happening. You know what I mean? And I think that Doflamingo, as great as
Doflamingo used the parasite string, with not even Diamond Jozu could have.
Here's an interesting question for everyone. How do you guys think Garp is going to do against Gear 4th?
I think he's stronger than Gear 4.
So like here's the thing, right? For me, this entire argument once again comes down to what do you value more? Portrayal versus feats, and for me personally, like to go with like my power scaling for the top 30, I have the old man trio, Garp, Sengoku, and Rayleigh as a medium between the admirals and the first mates.
Wow.
So I would automatically put. I think he would probably wash Luffy.
That's what I'm saying. It's a gap.
So like, and the reason behind this, and like I could probably use this as an argument. This is gonna be like my next round thing, but I don't think anyone is actually like has surpassed their mentor yet. So like, right, you wouldn't assume that Zoro surpassed Mihawk because he's not the world's strongest swordsman. I don't think Luffy beating Katakuri means that he's stronger than Rayleigh. I don't think that would be his test to be like, okay, I finally proved I finally advanced far enough to be better.
But you're assuming showing the Katakuri to begin with, or Kraken for that matter. Again, like it's the you see, like here's the problem. It's the perception of how these fights go down in the first place, and then it's people taking the presumed roles that, let's say, the old men have, and then assuming that they're all equal in parallel schemes. No, Rayleigh, from what has been actually showcased, Rayleigh is a superior fighter than Garp. Now, take it as you would, but Rayleigh is a superior fighter than Garp, and someone like Sengoku,
but as I said,
for forward. I mean, again,
arguments because you value feats more than portrayal, and I am the opposite.
Fair enough.
So
Fair
I mean,
enough.
it's just, I don't think
like I can't see the newspaper saying Garp, Monkey D. Garp was killed by Doflamingo. Yeah, right.
But why you acting like Dofi's a scrub?
And I don't even like Garp. No, it's not that though. It's Brago. It's that like it's different. Just like kind of like what Drit said, and we know how like they give it up.
Like didn't give a fuck about two current admirals. He's gonna care about like a vice admiral? Get out of here.
No, but now you're trying to like you talk about Garp like he's a vice admiral. He got promoted to be an admiral. I mean, he got asked to be an admiral. He turned it down. So this guy is not.
Garp is like less than half his strength right now.
He's willingly and peacefully a vice admiral. It's not like oh that's his rank. He never.
What I'm saying is like. All right. I feel like for the old guys, we don't factor in a lot of stuff. We just like kind of compare them, and we still think like Garp is stronger than like right hands.
Like he's
no.
Like Kizaru couldn't capture Rayleigh.
That a lot of folks take because here's the thing: like if it was prime Garp, like, it wouldn't be a question. But the problem is that a lot of folks they take what the story has portrayed, and then they take their interpretation of the story. They take their interpretation, their headcanon of the story. And then they ignore the actual evidence of the story, and then they power scale via that method. So the thing here is that, okay, so when you look at Garp and Don Chin Jiao, they were able, as far as we know in the story, Don Chin Jiao could split an ice sheet continent in half, and Garp was able to overwhelm him. But a lot of folks, they take that as Garp can do this shit now. And it's like, dog, what are we talking about? Like, we know that the old men, over the course of time, they lose power.
No, right? You got to be careful with that.
When you're 60,
Big Mom is like 70.
But Big Mom was a freak when she was 5 years old.
Yeah, but all I'm trying
Big Mom
to say,
is not a normal
human.
Yeah,
that's because you know that she was a freak when she was 5 years old. You don't have enough information.
Wait, let me talk. The reason that like Whitebeard was like so fucked was not necessarily just because he was old. He was also sick at the same time. So like we can't just scale everyone down to where it's like just because they're old they're completely fucked. I mean, I understand what you're saying. There's definitely a loss of strength with the age, but it's not.
It's not significant, I don't think.
And Rayleigh was retired for like 20 years.
Yeah, exactly. With Rayleigh, his decrease in strength was more because he was rusty. It wasn't because of his age. It was that he was rusty. He wasn't like actively.
And he was still keeping up with Kizaru.
Yeah, exactly.
But see,
like you gotta. When Garp is always mentioned.
Yeah, I might have to.
But when you look at what Rayleigh can actually deliver, Rayleigh is a master of hockey, bar none.
Garp could be a master hockey too. I think
Garp has hockey. Yeah, of course he's a master.
Garp can be a master. Garp could be FTL for all we fucking know. But the issue is that when you take what the story gives you and then you upscale based on very little evidence. That's the issue at hand. If we look at
So hold
characters
on.
now-
All right. So I'm gonna say this.
now.
Hold on. So I'm gonna say this. All right. Garp's son is Dragon, the world's most wanted man in the world, right? So wait.
Ty, we've gone
Besides that,
before,
no. Hold on.
What?
I'm just saying. No, I'm mentioning something. So that's this guy's son is the most wanted man in the world. He got actually become an admiral. He denied it. He was him and Raja almost brought each other to death many times. Like this guy is not like his. He was on par with Raja, and his son is like very strong. It's like you can't tell that this is a powerful guy.
We've been this before. Like again, the context of him fighting Goldie Roger is the same context as Luffy and Smoker.
Yeah, well, okay,
Smoker
so, like,
cornered Luffy so many times in the past.
It's not.
Therefore,
See, now this is your head canon because
no. But that's the truth.
The story
Luffy,
never said. The story never.
Luffy Smoker literally could have killed Luffy.
Show me the manga panel when the story said Luffy and Smoker is
hold
like.
on. If not for the interference of Dragon during Logtown, Smoker would have captured Luffy and sent Impel down.
All right, hold up. Let's chill. All right, let's do the revote. All right, who's got Doflamingo? Let's who's got Doflamingo.
I got Dofi.
Is it
Doflamingo?
All right, is anyone besides Brago and King?
No, I don't think so.
It's hard, but I gotta stick with Garp. I gotta stick with Garp.
Dofi.
I can't even.
Wait, Laz, are you saying that you're voting for Dofi?
Yeah, Dofi.
Okay, 7-3. Anyone else?
Are we doing like current time Garp?
Yeah,
right?
current Garp.
Yeah, current.
Then
I thought we said Marine Ford first.
Marine Ford. I thought it was Marine
Well,
Ford.
I mean,
there's not much of a difference.
All right, to
Okay,
be
fine.
fair, I don't think there's a difference between Marine Ford. I just said that
The only difference is like Oda introduced new things, so you automatically assume people beforehand had it because he didn't introduce it then. So it's basically like present.
All right, Scape, are you changing your vote or no?
I'm gonna keep it at Doflamingo.
So
Oh wait, you are. Okay, so it's 6-4 then
6-4.
now, right?
like I think
6-4. Yeah.
4 men on the right side of history. That's all.
So like, I just want to say this before we go to the next topic, just as real quick. I think the portrayal versus feats argument is good, but I don't think you can actually do this without upscaling because if you don't upscale, then people like Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro are automatically stronger than like Yonkos who haven't shown anything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That isn't the case at all.
Exactly.
The only reason I say
Wait, really quick before we fucking get
Wait, hold on. Repeat that. I missed that entire.
So like, for me, right? I said that you can't when you're doing like portrayal versus feats. Saying like if you're saying that it's illogical to upscale, then I don't agree with that because if you don't upscale, then people who we know aren't stronger are stronger people. Like you could say like, oh, Luffy's stronger than Shanks.
No. Okay, no. I think that you misinterpreted what I said. You see, like, okay, like you can upscale and it's appropriate to upscale, but the issue is that your interpretation of the actual in canon, because you have to upscale based on what the story gives you. All right, but your interpretation of how someone is portrayed is different than someone else's portrayal of how someone's about how someone else interprets how someone's portrayed. So again, this is another notion of you have people who still think to this day that Garp can punch a continent in half as he is currently. I would heavily disagree with that because the story portrays older people, if they're not freaks from birth like Big Mom, to decrease in power. Now, to what degree, we don't know. But then this comes back to the same. Okay, this comes back to the argument of can Garp actually kill Akainu? Can he beat Akainu in a fight? And then some folks would say no, and then some folks would say yeah. I'm on the side that says no. That's it.
All right. So is anyone else changing their side to Doflamingo?
No,
I'm not right now.
I'm not changing my side to Doflamingo.
It's currently 6-4.
I want to mention something about Sengoku because I think Sengoku's a little bit stronger than Garp. But like when Sengoku seen Law, he said like, you know, if I wasn't retired, I would capture you. Like he could capture Law, but he just didn't do it. So like if Sengoku's able to capture Law, like Garp, no, but I'm saying that Sengoku said that he was strong enough to capture Law when he seen him.
Before captured Law.
All right, whatever. We're gonna fucking be on this forever if we don't.
6-4. Garp. So Garp moves on. All right, so we got Jozu and Green Bull.
Yeah. Is anyone not voting for Green Bull?
Yeah, I got.
There you go.
I got Green Bull.
Green Bull.
I got Green Bull, but only because Jozu got one on.
That's fair. We'll take it. Crocodile and Lucky Roo.
It's
actually a fucking weird one, to be honest.
Weird.
Lucky Roo's got speed, man.
Lucky Roo.
I think I'm gonna do
like
Does he?
Curry to King. You know, we don't know anything about the character. I would probably still take Lucky Roo.
Yeah, Lucky
I
Roo
think
got
so.
hockey bullets, bro. For all we know.
Yeah, I gotta go with Lucky Roo.
Who got Crocodile? Steve, who got
Yeah,
Crocodile?
Lucky Roo
probably
got a Draco,
He's
bro.
probably one of the commanders, and I just don't see Crocodile being like the commander level type.
Wait,
Like
Steve,
second, yes,
Wait, Steve, you got Crocodile?
Yeah, I got my nigga Crocodile.
All right.
I don't see what Lucky Roo gonna do.
Does
to
anybody
that
else
ground,
have
bro.
Crocodile?
I don't know, man.
If
Just
he gets with a desert starter, it's over.
discount me, bro.
All right.
I don't know. I gotta fuck. I don't
That's
know.
Yo, I'll take
though.
a. Yo, do we have
That's
passes?
facts,
I'll take
though.
a pass. I'll take a pass on that one.
Okay,
No,
but
you
that
gotta
bullet
vote,
is.
son.
that-
You gotta
that
vote.
hockey
A
bullet
pass
is
is a vote for the
I have
majority.
to vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's fine.
A pass
That's
is a
fair.
vote for the majority.
See, but hold on.
All right, whatever.
So it's
Just,
King
nine
of
one.
Lightning
Just
picks
lost it.
Crocodile.
no, what the hell?
No, he
What
doesn't.
are you talking about?
Look.
If you pass,
you don't
Ty
pick
got to
Crocodile-
vote for you.
Hold on. If you
I'm
don't
speaking
pick
for his
Crocodile,
nose.
you like tear apart your whole argument from before because like you could say the same thing. Look at all the stuff we've seen from Crocodile. We don't know what's up with Lucky Roo. You know what I mean? Like we don't he might be one of Shanks' strongest people.
I'm
We don't
asking
really
him
know.
to take a pass because I just don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Hey, all right, hold on. Is
What?
anybody else voting for fucking Crocodile besides Steve and Ty?
I don't think so.
Crocodile was able to he stood up to Akainu. He stood up to a lot of people at Marine.
Yeah.
But I don't think.
give your. I mean, you can give like your little spiels and then.
Lucky, so hold on. All right, so I'm gonna say this. So y'all think that
That's how I'm letting Ty handle
y'all
this.
think that Zoro. I think that Zoro could be Snack, but y'all don't think that Crocodile could be Lucky Roo. Lucky Roo could be like the Snack of Shanks. It's like that's not much of a big deal. It's just like the fourth strongest person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, he's a
We
third.
were talking about.
Or he
like,
could be number
Crocodile
two.
standing up to people. I
Yeah.
think Lucky Roo stands up to literally anybody. He don't give
If
a
anyone's the
Just
number
looks
one,
like-
Roo is
Some
better.
mountain bandits.
Wait.
Some
So
mountain
are we
bandits?
done? Are we done with the voting?
Yeah,
we
just
don't,
do
we
it.
don't
Just
want to hang
do.
around too long and like.
Just do
Yeah.
7-3 to fucking make it fucking.
Yeah, it's over.
Just
Yeah, it's over.
Lucky, man.
Yeah, just give it a
It's
whatever.
8-2.
It's a wrap.
It was
Lucky
Lucky
beat
Roo when
Roo.
Blackbeard scarred Shanks.
Lucky. Man.
All right,
Hey,
Magellan.
man, Lucky Roo was in the gym, bro. Come on.
Crocodile.
All right, man. Next is Magellan and Ichiji.
I think this is
Magellan.
all.
Magellan.
Magellan, easy.
Let's
Anyone
move
say
on.
Ichiji is the
Literally Washington.
Does
nigga.
anybody got
Yeah,
Ichiji?
it's
Nah, Magellan,
Nah.
bro.
All right,
It's
that's
over.
a wash.
Magellan is pulling that guy up by his neck.
That's a wash.
man.
Whitebeard.
Yo,
Yeah.
By the way, the poll for Shanks and Blackbeard. I don't know if I want to do it now, but
Shanks won. Shanks won.
Yeah.
Did he dominate? What was the percentage?
Yeah. What
The
was it?
percentage is 68-34.
God damn.
My nigga, shout out to the BDA family.
All right. By the way,
God
we're not even
damn.
voting on this next one. Just give Whitebeard 10.
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a case that make for Inuarashi.
Hey, also,
Whitebeard
hey,
versus who?
Inuarashi.
it's over.
Stop, Steve-O.
It's over. Let's move on. Hey, okay, hold on.
Y'all need to stop
All
playing.
right. So
Yeah.
Shanks won
Yeah.
with the straw poll. So Shanks moves on here.
Yeah.
Wow. So our boy Blackbeard, the main villain, is out in the first round. What the
Crazy,
fuck?
man.
That's
Man,
oh my
the luck of
god.
the
I mean,
draw.
one of them niggas had to get in
He
that.
didn't have the
fight.
devil's luck.
Democracy.
All
Well,
right.
so-
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I guess so.
like, does that really? I mean, like, shit, like Virgo's out in the first, Kuma's out in the first round. Like, shit.
Oh no.
All matchups, man.
Mingo was out too, man.
Black boy Sanji on the first round, man. Come on.
Sanji,
Yo, Dofi's out in the
Like
first
Weevil,
round,
like
bro.
Weevil, Weevil, who's had about Kizaru's out in the first round. Like,
Okay, well,
All right.
all right.
Next one is Brooke versus Kid.
Oh, come on, this is 10-0. Let's move on.
Does anybody
No,
have?
let's move on.
Kid
No.
Kid
Chill,
took
I-
the sword and then
I-
Brooke pissed his pants.
Let me just.
Yeah.
Hey, can I just say one thing? Can we
That's
move on?
literally
This
the
is
end of
no.
it.
This is unanimous. This is unanimous. Let's.
Well, I
let's
mean,
get out
I
of
definitely could see some people fucking arguing.
Yo, not for
against
nothing.
it.
No,
Is
no.
anybody?
No,
You
no.
mad head
okay,
around.
okay.
Brooke is
So,
pretty fast.
wait.
I'm ready to argue. I'm ready.
So here's my thing with Brooke and Kid.
Be careful, King. Be careful, King.
Oh,
Watch out. Watch out,
I
man.
don't disrespect
Watch out right
the
now.
argument.
Yo,
Chill out, King.
that would have been wild, right?
Let him
That
chill,
would have been wild.
chill.
If y'all stick to the script of the story, which I like to do sometimes, Kid didn't even get to see Big Mom. Brooke was able
Oh,
to.
stop.
Oh, no, don't do this.
Exactly.
Come on.
He got
Then
then he cut Zeus in half later on in the story.
That makes it even worse,
please.
bro.
For the love of
He
God,
couldn't
stop
even
screaming.
get past Snack.
That makes it
All
even
right,
worse.
God,
King.
bro.
King,
It's over.
are you voting for Brooke or Kid? Or...
No, I was just trolling, bro.
Oh,
I was just
okay, so is
Oh,
it?
man.
He was
I was
trolling.
just trolling.
I was looking at the unsub button. man.
Obvious.
All right.
Let's move on.
Hold on. So
Let's move on.
no. I got Brooke.
Okay, fine. 9-1. Let's move on.
Hold on.
Oh, wait. Hold up. I gotta ask a question. So where's
Wait,
the
waste too much time on like overwhelming defeats.
Got you, but
yeah, it's over, bro.
I'm gonna say something. Hold on. I don't need. Brooke got to face Big Mom and do damage to Zeus and was still good. Kid fought Kaido and was knocked out like crazy. Like I got Brooke.
Okay.
All right. So Kid goes through.
Okay, still 9-1. Is anyone else?
Let's go Sabo and Jimbo.
Sabo.
The match.
Hey, Sabo cooks that nigga, bro. Literally, he cooks him. He cooks him.
Yeah, he cooks
Sabo's making grilled chicken, man.
He grills him and eats him, bro. It's over.
That's grilled
California roll.
I would say that, in all honesty, it's a high diff fight for Sabo if Sabo is in a water area.
Sabo wins that fight even without the mirror.
For real.
I can probably, man. Yeah, he's training with Dragon, bro.
All right, Kuma. Anybody move on? Is anyone voting for Jinbei?
Wait, hold on. But we have to recognize that in water, Jinbei is a dominant force.
Yeah, that's even without the mirror, Sabo underwater beats Jinbei.
But then also on Sabo's side, he's there for you. Wow. So he's at disadvantage. So I mean, I'm still saying Sabo.
I think all we got to is rookie ace.
Nigga said
all right, at this point, we're arguing about how fucking hard Sabo would win. Is anybody fucking?
Nobody's voting for Jimbo.
Is anybody?
Is it mid?
Anybody vote for Jimbo?
Nope.
No, right?
Nah, man.
Like Jimbo tied with rookie ace. Like, come on.
Nah, chill, bro. It's over.
On land.
It's over.
Sabo tied with Fuji on land. You think Jinbei's gonna tie with Sabo on land? I mean, you think Jinbei's gonna tie with Fuji on land?
No.
I don't think so.
All right,
Okay,
Judge.
anyways.
Judge versus Cracker.
Cracker. Hey, hold on. Let me ask King. Hey, King, what you think? Hey, King, what you think? Hold on. Hey, King, what you think? No, we gotta hear King.
Okay, well, I mean, I just said Cracker, but Judge top 5, not confirmed.
Hey, but he beats Snack.
Go cop the merch, man.
Depending on how this fight with Snack go, bro, we're gonna have to come back and change.
Brago, just 10 on the next one as well.
Go cop the merch.
If chapter 901 right now is canon, then Judge
top 5.
Judge top 5, yeah.
It is what it is.
Confirm.
Yo, all right, so I'm just gonna move Kaido and Nekomamushi.
It's over.
Wait on, Kaido and who?
Nekomamushi.
Hold on, man. You disrespected my vote, man. I voted for Judge.
It's a wash, bro.
My bad.
I voted for Judge, bro.
Oh, he voted for
Peace.
Yo, I can respect that.
Yo, that's wild. All right.
That's just
Apu and Bartolomeo.
Apu.
Scratchman.
Actually,
it's over.
This one's actually a little bit closer than I think you would think, but I still go with Apu.
Check it out.
Hey, new intro coming soon.
My brother Apu.
Wait, who's voting for Barto?
I got Apu.
Nobody.
I got Apu as well.
Okay.
Like, Barto got the better defense, but I don't know if that defense
I
helps
don't
him
want
win.
to say it's a either, but Apu gang.
I got a question real quick. What is his barriers gonna do to sound?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. You can't stop it.
Nah, but he can't.
That's a bad matchup.
He can't just stay in defense all day. Though. He's gonna have to go for
Stop
an
the
attack
music,
sooner or
baby.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check it out. So yeah, Apu.
Check out mixtape.
Yeah, that really is a bad matchup.
All right. This is
Now the good one.
Marco and Jack, boys. Who we got?
All right, so if we're going by the story and what we assume that Jack by the cards, he's the third, and Marco takes us.
Marco the Phoenix.
I got Jack.
I got Marco.
I got Marco.
I'm honestly surprised with that.
Marco got better.
I don't fanboy over stuff. Like I feel like I don't give a F about none of the characters personally. You know? Like it's about stats and stuff. This is about what the characters do. Hold on. The thing, no, because Marco's one of my favorite characters, but I told you like I'm not biased. You know what I mean? That's one thing. But see the thing about Marco, right? Marco can heal, right? So cool, Marco can heal. Clap it up for Marco. But we seen Jack has this crazy Wolverine type recovery thing, which is kind of like healing too. And then we know Jack has his other powers and stuff like that. I think Jack has.
Yeah, honestly, this is like a 20-day fight.
Honestly.
Time out. Jack has durability up at Wazoo. Jack has recovery right now?
All right,
he's chilling in the ocean. Hold on. So here's the thing. Like I say he has recovery because his durability can't be that high. It must have been that he was recovering, because keep this in mind.
No, his durability can't be high.
Hold on. No. It can't be high to fight on 5 days. You go try to save Dofi, then you come back.
No, that's stamina. That's stamina. No, his stamina off the charts.
All right,
Bro, his durability is insane. He got hit by all he did was cough up blood.
Like what Jack is doing to me.
Is off the charts.
So when I read the story, what I see Jack doing, right? And remember the guards in Impel Down, how they kept getting back up because they was awakened. I think Jack is awakened, and that's why he has high stamina, but he's recovering too at a rapid rate, and that's why he's so broken like that. So I think that's equal to like Marco's healing power. Marco healing powers might be a little bit better, but Jack still has that, and we don't know what else he has. Like what else his Devil Fruit can do. So I go with Jack. Like I'm not gonna use rank.
Who was one for Jack? Who was one for Jack?
Even how like I think Marco had the better versus Kizaru though, but Jack still went up against an admiral, a former fleet admiral, right? Like Jack showed he's more impressive to me.
All right, is it just me and Taekwondo that have Jack?
Yeah,
I think so.
I have Marco. Even though like I believe that Marco's injured or not 100%, I still believe that Marco will probably win.
Anybody else for Jack?
Nah, Marco getting.
All right,
Marco.
No, me too, Marco.
It's the rise of the Phoenix.
Marco all the way, bro. He's a Phoenix. Come on now.
I mean, that should be,
a Phoenix versus a mammoth, bro.
Right.
Yeah, but Jack is an elf.
I think this is a
This
good
is
one.
actually a good one.
This is a good one.
This is a good one.
X Drake
Yeah.
and Oven.
Boys.
X Drake.
I think Drake, man.
X Drake. I gotta go with X Drake.
needs to make that.
Don't sleep on
gotta
Oven
agree.
though. Don't sleep on Oven.
Oven's
Oven's a good
tight.
one. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's
saying
Drake,
Oven.
man.
I got Drake, but don't sleep on Oven.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'm saying Oven.
Like I put it like this. Going by what Jinbei said, just imagine if you were standing on the Gulf of Mexico and you started boiling over like a pot of noodles.
I mean,
That's what Oven did last chapter, bro. He said the ocean's boiling over.
It's in the SBS.
I think X Drake is definitely like one of the strongest supernovas right now.
Yeah, I got X Drake.
And the thing is like I can't see X Drake losing to someone like Oven. Like I can see him losing to like a commander, but like even though Oven, obviously I'm not underestimating Oven, but like I don't know. I just at this point in the story, I don't think he's losing to someone that's not a commander.
Who was one for Oven?
Like I said, Oven is insane, but I gotta go with Drake. Just
I think there's only King for Oven so far.
So is there a chance that Oven can defeat Drake? Is there any scenario
Of course.
where you see Oven?
I think it's a chance.
Yeah, I think so. But like,
Yeah, there's a
especially seeing
possibility,
how
yeah.
fucking Ichiji straight up speed blitz this man, and how Sanji straight up speed blitz this man.
Especially if he heats up the axe and stuff too, and everything like we saw with the
all of
middle.
a sudden, what? Like is Drake?
Well, I know. I'm not.
Well,
I'm
Drake
not
is super
saying that he has
agile.
speed.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
What?
The only way
I think all of his physical stats would be crazy.
I'm just trying. All I'm trying to say is like he's obvious. What I was trying to say about that is like he's obviously not some like he's not some like type of god to where like I don't think Cracker or Smoothie or anyone like that is getting speed blitzed by Sanji and Ichiji like that. That's all I was trying to say.
Well, I don't think that's a fair thing to use because he wasn't even looking to begin with, so it's just kind of like a pointless feat.
Yeah,
but he still didn't even know what the fuck happened to him.
True enough. I'll give you that. That's fine.
And
So,
observation
I mean,
hockey
it
is
comes
the
down
thing.
to like if you want to equate it to what we would see in Commanders, he would be the equivalent of like a snack, X-Drake. Because if you go like by the King, Queen, Jack, 10, he'd basically be snack, right? He'd be like a 4th commander level.
Yeah.
And the Oven would be below that. So I guess it depends on whether or not you think that everyone above that point is automatically stronger than those below.
Okay, see, I am starting to notice this trend. It's like, if wait, hold on, like, for some reason, it's like this is a versus poll, right? Between characters and characters, not a general who's more powerful poll, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, yeah. So then the Oven, because definitely because this dude Drake has no other means of contact, but contact, and then Oven has shown me able to melt steel easy just by heating up a bit. I mean, like Oven, honestly, like when you look at what Drake can do, Drake has to make actual contact, and if Drake can't actually have the speed to speed blitz. Then
I have a
Wait, hold on, but you gotta remember.
I think you have to assume that DS Drake not using normal weaponry. Like,
Drake one
I
of the
mean,
people
like maybe. Okay, like here's the thing. So like, I think it's a high diff fight either way.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that I don't know what Drake. Like maybe Drake has some crazy weaponry, but what we saw previously was he had some really crazy like 4-pronged axe and like a sword pre-time skip, and then he fights with those. And then he uses kicks in combat, and then he could turn to a T-Rex.
He has ranged weapons.
If we go by what happened with Peckham's and stuff,
Even
too,
with
like the whole
range
gun thing and stuff, it
Yeah,
seems
so-
like happened with his axe. Like,
so-
but I still go for Drake.
Drake has his swords, which he seems very good with. He has his
but I mean,
forms.
Oven can
all he has to do
lit that up.
Wait, hold on.
Drake has to do is turn around and just hit Oven with the tail, like bong, hockey up.
I mean, okay, but Oven's gonna take that ultimately. I mean,
he's taking a hockey tail to the chest.
Oven has height. Oven just got blasted through the chest by whatever Ichiji's energies.
All right, so
and all it did was a brain blast. Like, this nigga Oven actually has some pretty impressive feats, bro.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. And then also on top of that, Oven can literally just look at whatever this dude's rocking from a weapon standpoint, just burn it or melt it on the spot with his heat vision.
He can block that with his hockey.
Hold up.
I mean, okay. Well, is
you gotta remember really quick though. You gotta remember the Pedro thing, the whole Pedro thing. Pedro was blocking his attack when that happened. Like he was holding it up against the heat. I don't think like if X Drake is on the offensive, I don't think that his sword is gonna get melted like that.
Pedro's saying his sword was heating up. Like he was
right because exactly because the way it seems to work is it seems like whatever he touches heats up. So like
the more
you would have
to
like
he hits it, the more it heats up.
Yeah, it's not like instant melting.
Yeah. So it's like
I think that's
actually a really good argument here because I think you actually bring us a lot of good points. I don't know, it just.
No, because it's like when you actually because again, like this comes like throwing the hater Drake aside because I don't think Drake is that impressive at all. Honestly, I really don't. I think he's honestly whack.
So hold on.
Wait. No. I said throwing that aside because I can throw that aside easy for any character for power scale easy. It's not a question. Here's the thing: when you look at what Drake is best at, because I know Ty said that he had ranged weaponry. But his range weaponry, okay, that's not range. That's not range. That's not range. No. I thought you meant like a bullet or something like for your gun. Like that's not how you meant. Like his tail. Like no.
That's still contact time.
Like as far as you know, Oven has very good endurance. Where again he gets blasted through. Like his body has a hole in it, and he's able to, or he gets blasted and he's able to heal it or like sear it up or something.
He didn't even have a hole.
Yeah,
I think that's the point.
Fair enough. But he took that attack, and so from a derby standpoint, from an endurance standpoint, Oven I would say is actually pretty high considering what we've seen thus far. And from a hockey standpoint, he may not be that good. So I think Drake would actually beat him from a hockey standpoint. But then from an ability standpoint, I would think that Oven is superior. I would say Oven is definitely superior. Especially
so would you value his durability over that of his own?
I think you hype in. I think you want to fire.
Well, see, that's what I was getting to.
All right.
Because I want to continue. See, so when you look at the durability, I would assume that because he's an ancient Zoan, he has some degree of like regen factor. Like he can have some degree of healing.
Eat that heat.
But, right. Yeah, but at the same time, when you have someone like Oven who has massive AOE, to where he can heal up an entire section of ocean. Now, if it's on land, I'm not gonna say he do the same thing for land, but if he can change the environment around him to assist him, especially if it's melted, and on top of that, if he can use a higher degree of hockey, that we haven't seen yet, but if he can do that, as well as attack from range and have very potent attacks from range, like whether it's the Heat Wave Fist, where he can do actual like not contact wave attack and subdue a Sulong Mink, like that's not a joke. So like, I mean, like I think I'm leaning more towards Oven in all honesty. I'll keep real with you. It's a high diff fight because I think Drake. Versatility matters in combat. Like, and I know people will say, well, he's portrayed again. Portrayal. You see Drake as this. I see Drake as a whole different thing. In all honesty, so that obviously matters. But when you look at the actual like numbers and what they can show, Drake needs more than just a tail to actually deal with someone like Oven if he needs more range.
So you think Oven beats people like Jack and Rob Lucci? So this is what I'm saying. Hold on. So keep them on.
Wait. Do you think Drake beats Jack and Rob Lucci?
I think he beats Rob Lucci with Jack. No, but hold on. But here's what I want to say though about Jack though. He's not Jack, but he still has that hacked fruit, which is just like Drake. Jack has the mammoth and Drake has the T-Rex, and like in Power Rangers, the T-Rex is stronger than the mammoth. Like so, Drake probably has but to me though, like I think the ancient Zoan T-Rex fruit is way better than some heat fruit. Like that's an ancient Zoan. That's like an ancient.
I don't think
like,
so,
we seen how
this dude Oven is melting things that we haven't seen anyone else do but a canoe.
We seen how Rob Lucci fruit was. This guy has an ancient Zoan fruit. Like,
but
we're going based off what we've seen in the story though. We haven't seen like a time where like someone tried to hit Oven and then they're like, oh, I can't hit him. It was more like one time it was like Oven punched Pedro and then Pedro blocked it and then it heated up his sword and like everything else, like when he heated up the ocean, right? He had to get down and heat up the ocean. It doesn't seem like he can just heat up his own body and like you just can't hit it.
But it seems like every time he's getting caught like from the side or it's like
exactly.
It's not like
every time, whether it's Sanji, whether it's Ichiji, whether it's a Pound, he's always someone else is coming from behind of it and just smacking him.
No, I agree. I definitely think he's strong, but I definitely think he's strong, and it's gonna be a high diff.
Jordan,
yeah.
I mean, mentioning that reptiles deal with heat better.
Oh, do they know?
Yeah, I think there's a.
I mean, because what kind of heat? Like, because this dude oven is melting things that.
Oh yeah, because
we've seen like a Kainu melt, and you know. All
right, let's just
like
do.
I don't think he's more hard than Ace. I mean,
another
again, it depends, but
forever.
But yeah, fine enough. I'm saying oven.
He had oven twerking. Let's see.
What?
All right, so who
has oven?
Who got
Who has oven?
I mean, it's crazy. I voted for Drake, but then I end up arguing for oven.
So you got oven, Steve?
I think I still got Drake though.
Nah, I'm saying
I think I still got Drake.
I got Drake.
I got Drake. I'll take the one I know. I'm cool.
Oven's been looking beastly the past couple of chapters.
He really has.
Yeah.
All right, so hold on. Wait, let's get over this. Is it just King?
Let's get the vote done.
Is it just King that was voting for oven?
Yeah. It's just me.
Okay. All right. Do 9-1 then.
All right.
Let's go.
So that's over. Next we have Kizaru and Goldie Roger, the final day.
Roger, what the fuck?
Roger.
Why
is Roger even in this? Roger just.
Why is on this list? What the fuck?
Guys, Goldie Roger on the final day.
This nigga Brago
on the platform.
But the problem is, I think he was the strongest in the verse when he fucking died.
Really?
Still, so it's like.
No, but he was very.
I mean,
yeah, because I mean, you got to think about it. He turned himself in, even though he was sick. Yeah. He never got captured ever.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Wait, hold on. And then, hold on. Really quick. Not even that. Remember what Danji just said to Luffy? He said, "If you'll be Pirate King, do you think that you can surpass the admirals? Can you surpass the Yonko?" He made it known that in order to be someone like the grandiose Pirate King, you need to surpass these other major forces, the admirals and Yonko included. And the only man to be able to snuff with Goldie Roger back in the day was apparently Whitebeard. So Goldie Roger is prime Whitebeard level. Wait a minute.
Wait.
I
don't think Marineford Whitebeard is beating an admiral, and that's why I compare Roger to. At that final day,
I think Whitebeard. I think if Whitebeard fought Kizaru, he would beat him.
Well, I mean, he has the illness, right? So I mean, they're almost it's like an even thing.
Whoa! I mean, Roger was still in his prime. He was just sick. I think that's different because
the illness is going to come after.
Whitebeard was old and sick.
Yeah, but
I don't think Roger became a lot weaker. He was probably just dying, but he was probably still a beast.
Imagine when Whitebeard fought Akainu, that was before Squado or after Squado, because that had something to do with it too. That's what I'm saying. Like he beats an admiral. Like he doesn't lose someone. He was handicapped in that fight. Like they nerfed him.
Yeah, he beats. Yeah, I'm a tie.
Of course, I agree.
He beats him. Yeah, I don't think
he was dying as soon as he stepped off the ship.
I mean, okay, like, are we? Because the assumption here is that he must have gotten massively weaker on the final day, but that's a really bold assumption.
We don't have anything.
It's not that bold because Roger turned himself in because he knew he was dying, so he had a time limit. So you turn yourself in.
But what a
sick Whitebeard could do. So who knows what a sick Roger could do if we seen what a sick Whitebeard.
I'm sorry, I should know this, but didn't he turn himself in to like kind of like save his crew type thing or something like that?
No.
I don't remember. Didn't he like?
That's a fan fiction.
Not to save his crew.
Their journey ended.
He turned himself in just to spark the pirate era. Like he just wanted to get the speech.
He wanted to spark the era of pirates, basically.
Yeah, and then also it kind of ties to Garp and Ace's birth and some shit like that. I mean, I
to play it safe, I'll just compare it to like what Whitebeard, like going into Marineford, like him being sick and stuff. I'll just compare it to that.
All right, so real quick, does anybody have Kizaru?
Definitely no.
Yeah, I'm no.
No, Roger wins. Roger
has to be Roger.
Yo, honestly, dude, like we should.
Yeah. So people are saying because of Roger and because how people are scaling Roger on the final day, we should take Roger out.
We really should.
Honestly, I agree.
Whoever replace him with
Roger.
Replace Roger with
Squardo.
Is there a big name?
Squardo.
Wow.
Is Mihawk on the list already? Where's Mihawk?
Yeah, he is.
Someone big.
We should leave Roger though. Like the thing is that we just put him a little bit stronger.
Come on, that's even worse.
We just put him a little bit stronger than White.
We don't even know what the Shogun's power. He could, for all we know, we could be like a
put Brago on there.
Kaido is not outlined with no weak ass nigga, bro. Come on.
Yeah, but he could be just from a political standpoint. That's the thing too. You gotta
no. If that was the case, then he wouldn't have been shitting on Doflamingo.
I hope he's a power fighter, but it could also go that way.
All right, let's change that to Ivankov.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, Kizaru. Okay, then Kizaru wins. I think. Can we
Kizaru
agree with
wins,
that?
Yeah, Kizaru wins.
It just got in, bro. Or it just got in.
All right,
I don't think it's easy.
I don't think it's
Kizaru.
as easy as people might think it
No,
is, but yeah,
no,
Kizaru
but
wins.
Yeah, I got Kizaru too.
All right, so next one is Cavendish and Boa.
Boa.
I think
Boa.
it's easy. This is
Boa.
not even to mention
gotta
that,
go
like,
with
even if
titties.
we were just going based off strength, this is a fucking terrible matchup. Like, this
Yeah.
dude is like he's like the fucking ladies' man. Like, he's getting shit on.
Wait.
Yeah,
Is her beauty affecting him? Because he's beautiful as well.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
It's not
is.
affecting
Yeah, it
him.
is.
No, probably
Does
not.
it matter?
Honestly, no.
She's
I
the
don't
hottest
think it
girl.
matters. I don't think it matters.
Once they arrow, it's over.
She's the hottest girl in the world.
He's
my
probably the
nigga.
hottest
Yeah,
guy,
and then
right?
he's most.
All right, whatever. We don't have to fucking argue over
The
whether
most
Cavendish or
beautiful
Boa
man
is
is
hotter.
Mihawk.
Yeah, I got Boa.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, Boa.
Boa.
Boa gang.
Someone dropped out. Who dropped out? Oh, it was fucking.
Yeah, I'd say Boa.
Yep.
King of Fire.
The King of Fire.
All right, next we
All
have
right.
Mihawk and Sengoku at Marineford.
Mihawk.
Oh.
Mihawk.
Sengoku match like I think matchup Sengoku wins that.
I got Mihawk.
I got Hawk.
Wait,
He has the
hold on.
Buddha
Wait,
form.
before we get to that, does anyone else?
If Jozu and his
Hold on, really
Hold
quick.
on, Ty.
Wait, Ty, wait.
Is Sengoku is Ty the only one with Sengoku? Just before Ty explains himself. Is anyone else?
Fuck.
I got Mihawk.
I gotta go with Mihawk.
I
I
got
gotta
Mihawk.
go
Okay,
with Mihawk.
all right.
Yeah.
So,
Alright,
so-
why is it a better matchup?
Like when Mihawk did his slash at Whitebeard, Jozu stopped it like it was nothing because he was pure strength and stuff. Now Sengoku Buddha form is probably a better defense than Diamond Jozu's Diamond. Are they equal?
Buddha.
So I think Mihawk is just like a bad matchup for Mihawk and Sengoku wins. Y'all picking Mihawk because y'all fanboying over his title.
Mihawk is trash. Mihawk is straight.
I like how we fucking kicked out the fucking King of Fire for another King of Lightning.
I upgrade
I
your
raised your
Wait,
King of
did he
Fire.
duplicate
Oh
himself?
wow,
He upgraded from fire to lightning.
Bro, you shadow clone.
bro, you gotta stop teaching niggas the shadow clone.
All right,
I'm sorry, bro. I'm
do it
sorry.
8-1 then.
Hey, Cole's in his prime.
Yeah. Well, wait. So what did I miss? Because I mean,
You have a shadow
Oh,
clone.
you're not here. Oh, it's
Yeah,
Mihawk
yeah.
versus Sengoku at Marineford.
okay. Because I was at the whole Cavendish and Boa thing.
Boa
Okay.
wins
Mihawk and Sing. Wait, Mihawk and Mihawk.
Mihawk and Sengoku.
that. Yeah, exactly. We all said Mihawk except for Ty.
But hold on,
Yeah.
like the thing is that Diamond Jozu was able to stop his slash, right? And Sengoku form is a better defense than Diamond Jozu's defense, or it's equal. So it's like it's
Yeah,
I can't
okay.
win.
Wait, no,
But the
that's
thing
not-
is
that's
like
not-
I'll just give this a little bit. Like the thing is, even if Sengoku's defense was better or as good, that wasn't like Mihawk's strongest attack or anything.
It was
Like
just one slash.
Still,
it
but that
was-
wasn't
like,
at
we
the
don't-
same time though. But here's the thing: was that Diamond Jozu's strongest defense? No, he just ran up and grabbed
Well,
it.
I mean, probably. I mean,
No, it wasn't.
turned
He didn't do a move. He didn't say.
He turned into a fucking diamond.
That's just activating his devil fruit. It's not a move.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. Which is the strongest defense.
No, it's not. No. The strongest defense would be like if he did something like in One Piece, not in One Piece, like in Naruto, where Gaara does the Shishaku shield or whatever he does, and the whole thing.
I knew
You know what?
Naruto would show up.
No,
All right,
I'm gonna give it
eight-
to Sengoku because Mihawk is straight trash. So
All right, shut the fuck up. 8-1.
Whoa, damn.
Wow.
Yo, this Mihawk slander is crazy.
8-2.
Yeah,
1-2,
relax the
8-2.
Mihawk slander.
8-2.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we only have 9 people in here now. So
Oh yeah.
8-1 then.
8-1.
Just King get 2 votes.
We
Or
got two.
7,
Yeah, you know.
7-2 It was Escape and Ty, right, for Sengoku.
yeah, I mean, Scape was trolling, but I mean,
I'm not trolling. Mihawk is Garp.
Wow.
Okay, let's move on.
All right, next we have Katakuri and Vista.
Katakuri.
Katakuri.
Yeah,
Okay, baby.
fucking goat.
Katakuri.
Category.
All right, that's
I can see
Unanimous.
this putting up a nice fight, but
Oh,
Katakuri, man.
Unanimous.
It's a wash.
Unanimous.
All right, Katakuri.
Pedro and
somebody
Moria.
says-
I think is any okay. The next one is Pedro and Moria. Is
Yeah.
anyone voting for Pedro on this one?
Nah, it's
I got
over.
Moria.
It's over.
Yo, that's
I
yo.
don't
No,
know.
that's not. No, wait, hold on. Wait,
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait a minute. Backpedal a second now.
It's a wrap. Moria kills the poor guy. What you mean?
Wait, whoa. Can Moria even handle Pedro's speed? The guy who's speed blitzing or bare near speed with Tamako, who has a 400 million berry bounty? Wait a minute now. Time out.
Nobody
This
can
is
touch
not
Moria,
this
bro.
is not this is not Moria Asgard or like some other crazy. Moria's power, from what we've seen mainly, comes from his ability to take other people's shadows and then use them to his advantage. So every time we see
Yeah.
Moria do something, when it comes to actual like physical power, he takes the shadows of people around him.
I mean,
whether it was in Thriller Bark or in Marineford,
we gotta assume he's got some shadows with him, or else this is just retarded.
No,
You might
for
as
me-
well
Oh
get
no,
caught.
I'm not gonna do that. I can do that.
What is
What do you mean?
Wow.
what is
I
Pedro
gotta do
doing for
shit.
the Doppelman, bro?
I seen Jinbei beat him, but like I seen nothing that said that Pedro's on Jinbei. Hold on, but I seen nothing that said that Pedro's on Jinbei's level though, so I got to give it to Moria.
What is Pedro doing to the Doppelman?
I think Pedro definitely on Jinbei's level.
Shit, dude.
Wait, hold up. Pedro definitely.
He's not on Jinbei's level. He's not.
Wait, you gotta remember when Jinbei fought Moria or whatever, right? He said, "I already know your power and how to defeat it." Pedro does not know the weakness of Moria's power.
And people act like Moria was down for the count. He was still up after that.
Yeah, for me, I think a lot of us expect Moria to reappear. You know, just like that Moria and Wano theory. So if Moria's gonna reappear,
I mean, hold on, really quick. I also gotta say this. I gotta put this.
He's gonna reappear, therefore he's stronger. Like, is that?
I gotta put this into perspective really quick. Do you guys really see in the
Pedro's fodder, so I kind of just want to give it to Moria anyway.
Pedro is mid tier. I think Moria's like low. Moria's
hold on.
You guys are saying that Pedro. You guys are saying that Pedro can defeat a warlord.
Hold on, so
we just not using too long at all, or what?
I mean, no. Hold on. If we say Moria
Moria got shadows,
then
does he not have too long?
No, fuck that. No, he don't got too long. Fuck that.
If we giving this dude shadows, I'm giving him too long. Like, whatever.
No, what the hell? You can't.
Yeah,
give
but
it
like
right
if you give
long.
no, if you give even if you give him Sulong, I still think Pedro's winning.
Oh, so you're trying to tell me that Pedro could be a Chichibukai? Like,
bro, the thing is, Moria is slept on so hard. Like,
he is.
The thing is like. People think he's complete trash. Like, you gotta remember, Luffy had to like fucking take all the shadows in just to defeat Moria.
He used his power against him.
Yeah, no.
In the end, Moria didn't even lose. Moria gave them their shadows back.
Exactly.
Wait a minute.
Moria gave them their shadows back.
Wait a minute. Moria said himself, even if you kill me, the souls will not go back to you unless I wish them to. So that's.
Wait a minute. Time out. Okay,
Shadow.
He had to take in all the shadows to defeat specifically Or's Luffy. Or's Luffy was a big issue, and no one could actually take him down. And then when you have Nightmare Luffy does that crazy sideways Gomu no Storm. Like Or's Luffy is like just bumbling and fumbling, and Or's Luffy's blown back. And then Gecko Moria, then not even afterwards, Luffy coming have to do a tag team thing to try and take out Or's Luffy, which they do. They're able to snap his spinal cord. And then he does the Shadows Asgard, becomes Giant Moria, where he can punch an island in half. Okay, impressive. But we're talking about Gecko Moria and Pedro from Jump. Like, if we're not including the Shadows, and all he has going for him is his Doberman and his ability to manipulate Pedro's shadow. But Pedro, from a speed standpoint, is so quick and nimble that I really see it being a very hard time for Moria to catch Pedro and actually do substantial damage to Pedro. Like, I'm not even joking when I say that.
I'm sorry.
Fly. That's crazy.
Pedro had to go
like Moria Shichibukai, but so goddamn what? Like, when you look at the actual numbers, the dude, speed-wise, he gets blitzed. He gets blitzed for the most part.
Pedro had to fucking go full fucking jihadi just to kill Tamago. So like I don't know. Like I feel like people kind of overrate him.
Don't front. He was surrounded by big mom pirates. And again, Tamago, Tamago, as far as we know, has a 400 million plus berry bounty for a reason. Tamago made me more.
I'm not saying he's trash, but
Tamago had to go get tights for him and shit, bro. Come on.
And the electoral truth. Like, no, wait a minute.
Yeah, but the thing is fucking.
Tamago's bounty for
Moria
400 million.
He nerfed that nigga lost 3 times.
Tamago was fucking looking for Pedro the entire arc, and then Pedro didn't want it. He smoked, so he killed himself.
Because Pedro already beat him.
See, if this was Nekamamushi,
no, but Pedro knew he was gonna lose, so he just killed himself.
Why would he lose? If this was Nekamamushi versus him, then I would pick Nekamamushi. But since this is Pedro, like I gotta go with.
All right, hold up. Who's voting for Pedro?
Man, I got Pedro, bro.
I got Pedro. Yeah.
So that's 3. Escape, Brago, and.
No, I'm not voting for him.
Oh, okay, so it's 2. All right. Anyone else?
No.
I don't know. I'm like 50-50 right now.
It's hard because Pedro's hella fucking.
But Pedro could be a warlord if his Sulong form is if his Sulong form is on the.
No, he can't because Moria has abilities to where he can command massive zombies. And
No. And I'm talking about like if Pedro's Sulong form is on the bounty, then he could be a warlord. It'd just be a scary monster.
No, because no. Listen, like just what? Just being a warlord doesn't
Halloween costume.
From a combat standpoint, you just from a combat standpoint, that doesn't mean that you're warlord just because of warlord just means more than being a combat standpoint. The same goes for Supernova. The same goes for the admirals. The same.
But with him being a with him having a Sulong form, right? Look. With him having a Sulong form, and what is his rank? He's a musketeer with he has people under him on Zo. Like he's good.
I think we should just pass Moria on. I don't think is anyone else changing their vote.
No.
Nope.
Probably not.
All right, so 7-2.
Okay, so Brago's on my the right side of history. I like this.
All right, so we got a good one. Well, I'm actually
that's gonna be a shirt. The right side of history.
One next.
Enel and Aokiji.
This shouldn't be a good one.
Aokiji, man.
Yeah, I think it's Aokiji. Easy.
Aokiji wins.
Aokiji.
King of Lightning, yo.
This is who?
Aokiji versus Enel.
Enel, as long as Enel has that reaction time, Aokiji.
Wow.
That's funny. He brought up Enel just to shit on him later. That's hilarious.
Enel was on the floor begging Luffy not to hit him, bro. Come on now.
Ice time.
Ice time. Aokiji wins. It's just.
I'll go with Aokiji.
Anyone got no?
I'm going Aokiji high diff.
Okay.
Okay. So it's unanimous. Move on.
Does anybody have a no? Okay. All right. 10-0. I actually, but
no diff.
No diff.
No, get the fuck out of here.
See, but what's not fair though?
Enel, who has one of the highest DCs in the
is that if this was Katakuri, y'all would be using his future sight. And Enel showed crazy observation hockey to where but Kizaru probably wouldn't be able to touch him.
All right. The next one is Frankie Shogun versus a ship.
What?
Versus Frankie versus Capone.
Capone.
It's Capone. It's Capone.
Yeah, I gotta give it to Capone.
Capone wins.
Yeah, give it to Daddy.
Frankie's not being a worst generation guy. Never.
Yeah.
Ace versus Law.
Fuck that.
Ace is dead, so I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Hey, we respect my boy, man, but I go.
Man, I think
Ace is so unimpressive. Just Law.
I think wow.
Yes.
So I'm looking at. I'm how is Law dealing with NK and he can and.
Ace was Whitebeard's third or fourth strongest, and Doflamingo.
I don't know. This is kind of close. Okay, do you guys think that Law can cut Ace even though he's a Logia?
He has
radio knife. No, probably not.
Ace was just regenerate.
No, probably not. But again, we saw what he did to deal with Logia. We saw with Smoker. He takes out his heart and then they pass the fuck out.
If Blackbeard was fucking
the same.
If Blackbeard was fucking around with Ace,
definitely, post time skip Smoker and Ace are definitely not the same. Exactly, exactly my point.
Wait, so you have Ace over post time skip Smoker?
Ace is not impressive, dude. I'm sorry, Ace.
Wow,
Ace is
hard. Wait, time out. So you're saying that
you're
saying post time skip Smoker stronger than Ace? Oh,
you're saying that Ace is not impressive, but you know that he tied with Blackbeard and Blackbeard.
Wait, hold on a second. Wait. Okay, no, wait.
Blackbeard.
He tied with Blackbeard.
No, he lost to Blackbeard.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. When he fought with Blackbeard, he tied with him, right? Because you seen the big Entei, you seen the big Black Bull, then Blackbeard won. It wasn't a one-sided fight that happened.
Okay.
I don't agree with that.
Let me just finish it for a second.
And then Ace stopped Aokiji.
Wait, hold on. Smoker. Okay, here's the thing. Ace is technically a higher version of Logia because he's energy, where Smoker is gas. But Smoker has far more, as far as you can tell, far more mobility than Ace. That I think very. Really is okay? So let's debate there then, because I would say if Law can take out Smoker's heart and Smoker, as far as we can see, both times.
I agree with that because Smoker and Ace tied pretty much, right?
No,
that wasn't canon.
No, I'm saying, but it didn't. It's like it was never a fight. They didn't fight.
No. But at the same time,
wait, that's the point. The point is Smoker and Ace tied. They only tied because it was explained to us that the devil fruits cancel each other out. That's why it was tied.
That's not the point.
It's not like they was tied because of how.
That's not the point.
Smoker's found a way to overcome that.
No, not the point. The point here is that Smoker, from a mobility standpoint and from a technique standpoint, looks like he's superior than Ace. Now, whether he's actually stronger overall,
we never seen Smoker do an Entei.
Wait, no. I was just gonna say that. Listen. Yeah, Ace can do an Entei, so he has more DC. But thank God the series is like Dragon Ball Z, so DC isn't the only component used to gauge how powerful a character is. Obviously, so because of that reason, if he's able to actually take out Smoker's heart with Smoker's mobility and his dexterity and his technique, Ace, who I would say is inferior in all three of those categories compared to Smoker. Yeah, Law's taking out his heart.
You don't have to worry about smoke burning though.
All right, I'm back.
See, but with Ace, the difference is that he has his fire, and Law probably wouldn't even be able to get close. Like that fight isn't gonna go the same.
So where are we at? Where are we at now?
Ace and Law. Ace and Law.
I like Ace.
No, not even. That's not what I meant. Like, is anybody voting for Ace? Who's voting for Ace?
I'll vote for Ace.
I got Ace.
I got Ace too.
Yeah,
I got Law.
So that's 4. That's 4. I think.
Law, man. Law.
Okay, so it's 5-4.
I think Ace could beat Doflamingo too, and Law needed help with Doflamingo.
I think it's 5-4 Law.
All I know,
So 5-4 Law.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's closer than we thought, but
yeah.
Ace is dead anyway, so he's not.
Dude, I just think
it's hard to progress, like because.
Can we take out Shiki for the next one if we took out Roger?
Well, yeah. Well, Shiki is a beast, actually.
Hold on, really quick, just to like comment on that because I didn't get to say anything. I feel like Law is like so OP, and like the reason some people don't think he's as OP as he was is just because like Doflamingo kind of like knew how his power worked and like how to work around it.
Every aspect of it.
And on top of that, Doflamingo was a beast. Like realistically, we don't know how the fuck someone deals with Law if they don't know what to expect.
We're gonna find out in Wano.
Playbook, bro.
So take out Shiki and put in Pedro Sparrow.
Whoa, what?
Yo, my nigga Pedro.
I agree with that.
No, Shiryu slices that nigga up, bro. Come on.
Real talk.
Shiryu.
It's unanimous.
It's unanimous. Sparrow, I pick Shiryu for sure.
Yeah, it's unanimous.
Shiryu wins, but it ain't like that. Come on now.
All right.
Are we sleeping on Pedro Dean right now? Wait a minute.
You got Pedro Sparrow, King?
He's about to die to his injury from a job.
No. Matter of fact, not even Pedro Sparrow. Put my nigga Strusen in there. Put my nigga Strusen in there. Not even Pedro.
No, Strusen, no, stop this.
No, he's too old. We don't know.
Wait, should I put Bobbin in there?
No, Bobbin's trash. Bobbin's trash.
I would put Bobbin over thing.
This is the biggest battle.
Let's go.
It's
Dragon
versus
Beckman.
Dragon.
Yeah, there's no fucking way Ben Beckman.
Come on, man.
I really like Ben Beckman, but now he's getting washed.
Everybody likes Beckman.
It's Dragon.
But it's Dragon.
All right, Ben Beckman tells Dragon not to move. You think you're gonna move?
An hour and a half in, and we got the first round done, baby.
Hey, Brago, if he tells.
Wait a minute, hold on. Are we done Ben Beckman already, dog? Come on now.
Yo, listen, man.
It's a wash.
Ben Beckman,
this on sub button.
You got an unlucky seat, man. Let him go.
I'm gonna say Dragon High Diff.
I don't even know if I would say that, but
I'd say mid diff, but I don't know.
Yeah, just give it to Dragon.
Okay, Ben Beckman literally says, "Don't move, Dragon," and Dragon laughs and washes it. Listen,
I'll tell you. Dragon won't move. The wind will just push Ben Beckman back, and it's a wrap. Like he ain't got to move.
He's in the sky, bro.
Honestly,
it's Ben anyway,
if Kizaru ain't moving, then I think Dragon has to think twice too.
I think he's yawning, bro.
He'll think twice. He'll think twice, but then he'll still beat that ass. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
So I think we're gonna knock out round 1 and round 2 today. Then we're gonna like finish the.
I mean, honestly, a lot of these are fucking like really easy.
Yeah, this should be pretty.
Like the next two, like we don't even have to vote on.
Yeah, it's not too hard, honestly.
Kaino and Big Mom.
Yo, Ben Beckman gonna be like, "Don't move, Dragon." Lucky Roo gonna be like, "He's the most wanted man in the world."
Let's keep it pushing.
All right, let's just try to get as far as possible.
Yeah, let's go. Come
the
on.
link. I think Matt is having problems like joining.
All good.
God damn it, Bensei.
But yes, and Matt.
Get the internet up.
So, all right. Also, 740 people watching. Shout out to you guys.
Hey, you always got to shout out to the chat.
Like the fucking stream.
Like the stream. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I better 700 likes, boy. Come on.
Wait, we also had some donations. Let me get to those.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, you got to read. You got to read them donations. Mm-hmm.
I know Lando had donated and said something. Let me see. Wait. So we have Mr. Flame. No, this is Mr. Flame. He says Sabo cooks him. Shark fin and
Cooks
delicacy
who?
In some places. I guess.
Shabo Jinbei.
Yeah,
he does. I agree.
Gablogian says, "Yo, Sanji, what's good, fam?" Well, I guess he's. I guess at the point we're talking about Sanji.
Already.
I said, and
Sanji got screwed.
Vongola Productions
betrayal.
says Garp got hurt by Iron Axe Morgan / Trash.
Ooh.
They say when you get hurt by Morgan, you are trash.
Ooh.
Let's keep
about Garp.
Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving.
Alpha Lyacon says, "Do you think Akainu has the ability to burn oven? I don't think so, but my friends and I can't agree."
For sure,
that is hard.
He'll kill Oven.
He'll figure some.
He
It'll be a
killed
awakening
Ace.
thing.
If he killed Ace, he'll kill Oven.
But
But he
Oven's
he said
power
burned.
works differently than
He said
Ace's.
burned. Exactly. He said burned.
Oh,
If
burn.
Oven,
Okay.
burned. Yeah, that's the thing. Temperature wise, like I think Oven's actually higher than Ace, honestly.
Yeah, that's the tough one. I don't know if we're talking about burning. That's tough. Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Also,
I don't think it's tough. Like when Akainu gave the description of his power, he said his magma burns everything, even fire. So I think it burns everything, even heat. Like it's the same thing.
Wait.
But how do you burn heat?
It doesn't matter. It's just
How do you burn heat?
He
my
burnt
nigga? I don't
through
understand. How do you burn heat?
all you gotta do is just be hotter than
Bobby,
it.
got any more?
I don't think it matters because Oven's not a
Next
immune to heat.
question.
Yeah, let's move on. I don't know.
Move
Let's
on.
move
Move
on.
on.
Move on, baby.
I got two more. Lando checking in. Shout out to Lando. He said, big ups, Brago. I don't know the context behind the stream, so just rewatch it later. Plus,
Word.
that way I can also filter out Ty.
Word.
Anyways, a shout out to my channel.
Yeah, definitely filter me out. Do that. Filter me out.
Yo.
Easy.
Yeah. Shout out to Lando. Lando got some dope content in his channel, so check it out.
That's character development.
Poneglyphic says y'all should put in my man Kong. The thing is, having Kong in here is just like
We don't know.
Nah,
He's like Roger. We don't fucking.
Yeah,
We know less about Kong than we know people.
That would be way too cancer.
yeah,
That's high cancer, bro. That's high cancer.
Some people say
Are we
Kong
talking
is
about character? I
That's
thought
like
you
taking
said
Prime Roger.
Yeah, some people say Kong is stronger than Akainu. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, Kong for Final Four, man.
it's hard to gauge it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so let's move on to round two. We're gonna get through round two tonight. So Akainu versus Rob Lucci.
It's a wrap.
Sakazuki, man.
Mad Dog.
Yeah, these next two are just complete washes. We don't even
Can we
know.
just move on? Can we just go with Big? It's
Yeah,
a
Big
wrap.
Mom.
It's a wrap. It's a
Wait,
wrap.
hold on. What now? Who?
Big Mom versus
Akainu, Lucci, Big Mom, Killer, obviously.
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Let's move on. Move on.
Luffy versus Rayleigh.
Really?
Oh
Really?
my God!
I still got Rayleigh.
This is
Problem is that
another good one.
the problem is that I think it's high diff honestly because here's the thing, Luffy has so much raw power. Like his raw power is admiral level. I think that's no doubt about it.
And his
Problem is that
durability. And his durability too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but the problem is that Rayleigh has so much technique. He has so much hockey usage.
Yeah.
Where ultimately he can outlast Luffy and just be Luffy. I think
I
it's
agree.
Luffy
I
gonna
got
bloom
it.
against someone like that?
no,
Man,
fuck that.
you
Yeah,
can't bloom. You
I
can't
mean,
bloom
you
that
could.
much, my nigga. You can't bloom that much.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I got Rayleigh on this. Like you
Yeah,
can't.
I
Like,
got Rayleigh as well.
Yeah,
I got Luffy.
I love
man.
Luffy. I love Luffy, but I can't. He can't be Rayleigh.
Like, we have,
Not
like,
right now.
just from skill
Really?
alone,
You're going
Rayleigh
Luffy?
was holding
Wow.
off
I'm going
Kizaru.
Luffy as well, man.
Man, after
does they- the
after
teacher-
what Luffy did versus Katakuri, I'm a believer, bro.
Yeah,
Wait, hold on. You don't think Rayleigh beats Katakuri? Rayleigh waxes.
I
It
don't
doesn't
think
wax, but Rayleigh
Yeah.
wins. Rayleigh wins.
don't think so.
No.
yeah, Rayleigh would win.
Rayleigh can't. You don't think Rayleigh beats Katakuri?
Because I think Katakuri was nerfed, so no.
Okay, well. Okay,
I mean, I think it would be close, but
It'd
I
be
mean, I
close.
don't know. I don't even want to get into that.
Yeah,
I
I'll
want to talk
take
about that.
Hold on. Like when
The only cats that are not high diffing or that are not having high diff fights are the Yonko. The Yonko are gonna coast until it's other Yonko or admirals. Odds
They're
are.
gonna coast.
Well, yeah, of course they are. So far, we just had Big Mom coast. Like she's
Yeah.
coast.
if Kizaru,
Like, we had Big Mom and Killer. That's not a coast.
I mean, it's a coast. She's coasting on it. Yeah.
Kizaru seen Katakuri,
She
Biggest
eats him.
watch it.
She eats him and his noodles. The fuck.
Yeah.
if
Okay,
Kizaru
so
seen
this is issue,
Katakuri on Sabata Odi, they wouldn't have treated him like that. They wouldn't have been like, we can't deal with you. We need more reinforcements. They would have captured Katakuri, or they would have tried to.
I'm sure they've tried to capture
All right.
Katakuri before.
I'm sure they try. Yeah, no, yeah.
Is anybody else voting for Luffy besides Brago?
I picked Luffy.
Oh, your last.
All right,
Brago
so
and
7-2 then.
I think
The
that
wrong side of history.
based on what we see, you might think Luffy could win, but they call him the Dark King. Like I'm pretty sure he has an ace up
care
his
what they
sleeve that
used
he
to
could.
call him.
Yeah, no, but that's
No,
not. That's
he
what I
may-
was saying.
he
Like,
may have
yeah,
it. He may have it.
But Rayleigh has an
The
ace up
past
his
is the
sleeve that
past.
makes him stronger, like his gear forth or
This
whatever.
man,
we haven't
gonna
seen
be like,
what's gone
it
is
depends on
gone,
what type
man.
of person you are. Really,
What's
a good
gone is
person, I gotta
gone.
wash you, bro. That's
You
it.
can't wash Rayleigh, bro. Now
man,
he's
shut the
sensitive,
fuck up,
my
Brago.
nigga.
Give him 7-2.
Yeah, that's a wrap, bro. Let's move
Only
on.
rock-
Like if Luffy goes,
Y'all
if
just gonna let
Luffy
Luffy go
goes
out like
gear
this?
forth,
Y'all not liking the main
Yeah,
character.
As I said
we let-
before, like I don't think Luffy's
We
stronger
believe in
than
Luffy.
right now.
I mean, hey, Brago, we let Blackbeard go
Yeah, I
out, so
agree.
Luffy's out. Luffy's out, my nigga. It's a
If
wrap.
Luffy goes gear forth-
really beats Luffy. All right.
So hold on.
Yep.
So if
Facts.
he has a tie,
Facts.
If Rayleigh's winning at first, and then Luffy goes gear fourth, and then Rayleigh goes Dark King mode, absolutely. Dark King mode,
Dark King mode, absolutely.
Wait, hold on, Ty. What does Dark King mode do?
No, it's Dark King mode, absolutely.
He gets a dark aura around him. Hold on. He gets a dark aura. He gets a dark aura around him. Anything that's less than anything that's less than Yonko level doesn't even hit him. It doesn't even
get the fuck out of here, bro.
Level attack.
This is beyond headcanon. I don't even know what this is.
Well, I guess you got to
crazy.
Well, he is portrayed as the Dark King. His portrayal doesn't matter, and Ty saying his stance on his portrayal, then Ty's wrong.
Can Luffy dish out a Yonko level attack to get through that barrier? I don't think so.
I'm sure. I don't know. If it's a Yonko level attack like that, Luffy's gonna bloom to get to that point.
Man, stop, bro.
Wait,
really? Wait, Brago.
He's a Saiyan now. Okay.
He is. Luffy's a Saiyan.
Brago, I know you're slightly trolling, but we can't just fucking
dead ass.
We're just gonna fucking give Luffy the edge, he's just gonna bloom.
No, but I feel like it's close. I don't feel like it's like a wash.
No, I'm not saying it's not a wash, but you gotta remember.
I think Rayleigh's around right. I think he's around right hand level.
It's like mid diff, mid high diff.
Bro, we have not seen Rayleigh go all out.
This man Rayleigh saw all of Luffy's fucking thing.
I mean, but he's been playing pachinko most of the time now.
Rayleigh taught Luffy everything he knows. The fuck we talking about, bro?
Luffy everything he knows.
It's all the basics.
A good amount, bro.
He gave him the playbook. He
told him the basics of hockey. Luffy has learned. Luffy has a lot.
Yeah, but he's honing out on him. He's got the good shit.
He has to learn the rest on his own.
He has more than the basics.
Well, Rayleigh already has the good shit, so that's all I'm saying.
Wait, hold on. Didn't Oda? Wait, hold on, really quick. Didn't Oda compare Rayleigh and Shanks' Conqueror's Haki to be very similar?
Yeah, they said if Rayleigh or Shanks were there, they would have knocked out all of
He ain't knocking out Luffy with Conqueror's Haki. Don't matter.
I mean, don't mess shit.
Yeah,
with
but
Luffy,
what I'm trying to say is that if Rayleigh's gonna put, or if Oda's gonna put Rayleigh on that pedestal up there with Shanks in terms of his Haki manipulation, then it's
I mean, his King's disposition is good. But you're saying Rayleigh's beating Shanks?
No, obviously not. I'm just saying, if they're both obviously Haki masters like that, then he's obviously Rayleigh's way higher up than I shouldn't say that. Obviously, Rayleigh was
a Haki master, and look what Luffy did.
Yeah, but he wasn't a Armin Haki master as well.
Listen, I think Rayleigh has mastered all three levels to the point where Katakuri's mastered his observation. No bullshit.
I'm saying Katakuri is an observation Haki master.
Well, that's what happens when the main character runs away and comes back, and then he's nerfed. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I don't think Rayleigh's stabbing himself in this fight. So
that's for sure.
Wow,
like it would matter anyway.
That's not happening.
All right, so next one.
Next one.
Hey man,
sorry, Brago,
shout out to Mugiwara. All right, next one is Smoothie and Shanks.
Shanks kills her.
Shanks is going to destroy that ass.
It's a no diff.
With one hand, bro.
It's literally a no diff. So
you know what? It's not even a fight. Smoothie.
Wait, hold on.
She submits the.
She's giving sloppy top, man.
Exactly.
She's quick. It's a wrap.
What if the reason that Oda hasn't shown Smoothie fight is because she's saving her for Shanks?
Oh, you're shaking your head.
Get out of here.
I wouldn't even care at this point.
Get out of here.
Wipe the side of your mouth.
He's like, wipe the side of your mouth.
Fucking Shanks is gonna come to fucking execute Blackbeard, and fucking Smoothie's gonna come sailing in and block that shit.
Either way, the next one is the next one's a good one. Zoro and Fujitora. I kind of like that one.
Who's voting for Fujitora? Because I got Zoro.
Wash Fujitora,
man.
It's a wash.
When Zoro pulled up in Fuji dress Rosa, Fuji didn't know what to do.
Man, chill out, bro.
Wait, hon, are people actually voting for Zoro in this?
No, he's trolling.
No, Brago's trolling.
But first off,
come on, it's unanimous.
Obviously, the gravity doesn't work on Zoro, right?
Yes. What the fuck do you mean?
And Fujitora's like, yo, get away, man. This one is the dangerous one.
If Luffy could hide this category and win.
And that was even Zoro's final form.
Okay, well, no. Seriously,
and then Luffy was scarring the hell out of Fujitora in base, so.
Move on Fujitora, because the next one I think is crucial.
Let's move on, because is this unanimous? I think it's unanimous, honestly.
It's unanimous.
Unanimous. Y'all still Zoro, man.
Okay, what's the next one?
Wins. The next one is Garp and Greenbow.
Greenbow. And you see, this is what I'm saying. Is Garp admirable
He's not anymore.
Well, this is my whole thing. The only reason
Actually,
I
I don't
Green
know.
Bull is
No,
even
he's
though it's
not.
probably going to be a high div fight. The only reason I'm saying that is just because the way I see it is like Garp is part of the old generation, right? The Raja generation, and like Green Bull and Fujitora, those guys are part of like the new generation. And I feel like everyone from like the new generation is kind of like level ups from like the generation before. Like they're all going to be like stronger. Like this is like this generation is going to be like all beasts, right? Because Luffy's got to fucking surpass everyone to become the Power King, and like everyone's trying to surpass like their old predecessors.
All right, so we got Green Bull.
I guess so.
Next is Lucky Roo and Magellan.
Magellan easy.
Hold on.
Magellan easy?
Put some respect.
Oh,
Yeah, Magellan easy.
Nah,
Easy.
Lucky Roo, bro.
Easy. I don't know about
Are you kidding me?
Nah,
Shit, dude.
come on, bro.
I don't know. I don't know what Lucky Roo can do.
I'm gonna pass on this one.
Yeah, this is
Lucky Roo,
Okay,
man.
Cole, you pass. I gotta vote for you, bro.
Magellan's not stopping that speed.
It's my
Honestly,
voice
this is
register, and I
50-50,
gotta speak
but-
up for my nigga.
I'm only voting for Magellan just because of the fact that I don't want to fucking talk about Lucky Roo anymore.
All right.
Lucky
I
with the
did ask
speed.
my
That's not how this works.
Listen, my nigga Lucky Roo's the first guy to kill someone in this series, bro. Put some
Yes.
respect on my boy.
Wait, so who we
Come on,
saying?
baby.
And he might be
Come on,
second
baby.
commander level, man. From what we
Pistol
know.
to the temple.
Straight up.
So
Magellan's
No,
not
I-
stopping that, yeah.
Okay,
man.
honestly, no troll. Like I think, like we haven't seen shit from Lucky Roo. We don't know what the fuck he can do whatsoever. And
But see,
like,
this is that same thing when we were talking about before, feats versus like
Portrayal.
yeah, portrayal.
Yeah,
yeah, but what I'm trying to say is like, okay, when we say like portrayal for like, I don't know, like someone like Garp or something, like it's different than Lucky Roo because we literally have no fucking idea what Lucky Roo is. People think he can
Yeah, we
stop
know he's not Ben
time.
Beckman though. He's-
He can stop time.
He probably could. I
Hey,
don't know.
Froop, you don't know he can't.
Hey, listen, man. He probably read JoJo. He was reading JoJo before the series started.
Oh my
Yo,
God.
those
all
bandits
I
didn't
gotta
know what to
say-
do, bro. Those
All I
bandits
gotta
didn't
say
know
is
what to do.
Magellan over niggas.
Hey,
Is
man.
Lucky Roo a
His
nigga?
breath is like
What?
water.
They say Lucky
I don't know.
Lucky
I
Roo
don't
a
know
nigga.
about
Yes or
that.
no?
Lucky Roo's the reason why Shanks got to Marineford that quickly.
To me though, like
Yeah, y'all niggas
Ben
crazy.
Beckman,
Yeah,
Ben
sure.
Beckman's his right hand, and I think it's Yasab. Then it's probably Lucky Roo. So he's like Snack.
No, he's
Oh,
like third.
You better take that shit back quick, man.
Yeah,
He
no,
not snack.
He's like second commander probably.
You think
man.
you think
No, he's
Lucky
not.
Roo?
It's Yasab.
Snack
Yasab.
is like the
Wait,
youngest.
Ty,
Yeah,
wait, Ty,
might
you
be the
think?
third, bro.
Well, you think Lucky Roo loses to Urouge, my nigga? Come on now.
Ty, Snack is the youngest commander out of all the commanders.
Yeah.
When
Wait. Hold on. See. Now again, portrayal. Why is Lucky Roo under Yasab?
I don't know, honestly.
We don't know. Well,
No.
I
But
mean,
Ty,
without the, hold on. So from what I seen from the story, like if it wasn't for that thing that they did where they said that Ben Beckman was the right hand man, Shanks recruited. So Ben Beckman could be the right hand man, but he had Yasop in his crew first. So Yasop is like his Zoro in a way. I guess Ben Beckman's surpassed him, but I think that it's Ben Beckman, Yasop, then Lucky Roo. So I think Lucky Roo's just.
you see,
I think
this
Yasop
is
stronger.
my point. That's my
headcanon.
Usopp, so hold on,
we will never know.
Like back to Usopp, like Usopp is trying to get to where his dad at. Like his dad is a real fearsome warrior for real, and Usopp is a scaredy cat. I think.
But how do
that
we
Yasop-
not know that Lucky Roo was already stronger from the jump, and Lucky Roo is now?
Nah, because it's not gonna because even like just Ben Beckman passing him is enough alone. Like pretty much that like Yasop is the first person to join Shanks' crew. So it's like that he's gonna be that's like his Zoro. He's gonna be up there. Like either all right, he's not the right hand man, whatever, but he's definitely like he's Shanks' Sanji. And like when Mihawk came, he was chilling. He didn't care that Mihawk was there. He was just chilling on a rock with his hands up behind his head. Like, I don't care, Mihawk, man.
I mean, my whole thing is like this is matchups at the end of the day. Like King keeps bringing up, and like Magellan is just fucking OP. Like I don't like. There's like it's so hard to deal with his fruit unless you have an equally OP fruit.
Hey,
or like
if he has some, if Lucky Roo has some hockey, but I'm just saying if Lucky Roo has some hockey bullets or some sea stone bullets, it's over. But I mean, once again, headcanon.
Exactly.
Sea stone bullets, headcanon. But if he has them, like goddamn.
All right, so let's get to voting. So who has Magellan? Or who has Lucky Roo? Who has Lucky?
I opt out.
God damn it! I don't. Fuck. I
got Magellan.
I got Magellan
too.
I'm literally on the fence. I don't fucking know. Dude.
I got Lucky.
If it's a tiebreaker, then come back to me. All right, shit.
Magellan just
Yeah, same here. I'm on the fence. I really can't.
Oh,
decide.
if you're on the fence, then Magellan wins by default. Then.
Magellan wins.
I mean, honestly, fuck it. I mean, if that's what we're going with, fuck it then. Yeah, sure.
All right, Magellan wins. All right, next is Whitebeard and Kid. Who's voting for Whitebeard?
Oh my God! Yo, hey, Kid. Hey, I got Kid too.
I don't know. Since Whitebeard's glaive is metal, and
yeah.
Hey, King Lightning speaking fast right now.
You know that Whitebeard could fight without that though. That's the thing.
Dude, Ty, I'm trolling. I'm trolling so hard.
Ty, you got baited, bro.
Listen, guys. I'm the
biggest bazooka man. Like,
listen, I'm the biggest Kid fanboy in the world, and I don't know how the fuck to argue this. So let's just move on with Whitebeard. Like,
you saw the thing in Burning Blood when he has like the huge gun and shit, bro.
I'm the biggest Kid fanboy, and I can't argue this. I think it's a wrap.
Let's move on. Stabbing him like Squirtle, but 10 times.
It's because Kid has power too, but he doesn't have more power than Whitebeard.
Let's go Sabo versus Cracker.
Sabo straight cooks him. He straight cooks those crackers. Fuck you, man.
I got Sabo.
Yeah, man.
He cooks the crackers.
He burns all the crackers and then the dragon
literally.
on.
I'm giving this to Sabo not because I think he's stronger or like in terms of like power level, but I think he has a better matchup because how the fuck like can like Cracker's biscuit soldiers even like touch Sabo?
Exactly,
you know
he's fire. Exactly.
Like, the problem
with Cracker is that like his fruit doesn't work versus Logia's that well.
I got Sabo.
I agree.
And also,
like
Sabo
if he comes up close to him and shit, he hits him with a talon. Like
besides the fire matchup, Sabo's hockey is crazy. Like his fist could crush goals and all that
honestly,
stuff.
Especially with Cracker hating pain.
Bro, Cracker can cut through a Gear 4 armored hockey loose.
Can I ask a question? Is there anybody here who wants to vote for Cracker or no?
No. Hell no.
But Sabo could crush a biscuit soldier with his bare hands. He could just like.
Okay. So are we unanimous? Okay, are we unanimous?
Yeah,
Sabo?
Next one.
And then just fucking.
I'll go Sabo, but chill. Like this is a high diff.
So we just moving the pool along or what?
Well, I mean, Apu did make Kaido his subordinate at that one thing. Right?
What the fuck?
Kaido and Apu. That's a wash. All right, Marco and X Drake.
Marco,
he has to beat him. Marco has to beat him.
That is a massive wash.
Yeah, it's over. Come, let's move on. Nobody has to argue this.
All right, so Marco.
Nobody has to argue this. Let's move on. Yeah.
All right, next is Kizaru and Boa.
Kizaru wins.
I don't know.
Actually, does he get turned on by Boa? Hold on. We got some loopholes here. Hold on. Hold on now. Does he get turned on by Boa or no? I mean, that's a good question.
I don't think it matters.
Hold on, man. If Boa wants to throw it up, man, Kizaru will be like,
Boa's like,
no. Kizaru, no.
We got a young one.
Boa's gonna be like, Bo's gonna say metal, and Kizaru's gonna be like, and they just and that's it.
Hey, he's gonna call one of his goons, and be like, hey man, I'm getting Kibisa right now, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, I got
Kizaru. Honestly speaking, Kizaru wins. I think we should move on because
Kizaru like Boa's gonna pull her tits out. And Kizaru's gonna be like, ooh.
That's exactly what she's gonna do.
If she wants to survive, that's what she better do.
Hold on. But after she does that, though, Kizaru, he's gonna unbutton his button up, and he's gonna have the gay flag on.
Wait, what manga is this?
Yeah, this is getting
put some
weird.
respect on Kizaru's name.
Hey, man, all right.
Kizaru's a stoner, bro. Respect those stoners.
This is a good one, I think.
Really?
Mihawk versus Katakuri.
Mihawk easy. What?
Mihawk kills that nigga. The fuck.
Mihawk high diff.
Yeah, high diff. Mid diff.
After what we're seeing from Katakuri, maybe.
No, it's not extreme diff, but high diff.
Wait, how does Mihawk actually touch his man in 1v1?
Oh, come on.
Exactly. High diff.
Okay,
Mihawk wins. The ice, bro. Like,
listen, man, I've argued about Katakuri's future sight for like fucking 10 years straight. I am not arguing about how people can hit the man.
We can go again.
All I'm gonna say is Mihawk.
Yeah, Mihawk wins. Mihawk
wins.
I think Mihawk.
Mihawk wins high diff.
Yeah, I think we're unanimous on this one.
And then, and also, like, here's the thing too. I think that people have to really, whether it's Katakuri, whether it's Ben Beckman, whether it's probably City, whether it's whoever the guy from Kaido's crew is, we have to reckon Marco too. The first commanders, the top commanders, are not bitches. They can tangle with admirals if they need to. Yeah. Like, I'm not even like
that's no, like, of course, yeah, that's fine.
Respect that.
I agree with that.
So, like,
I'm not saying Mihawk doesn't know Diffam. It's a good fight, but Mihawk wins. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's a good fight. It's a good fight though.
Mihawk,
Mihawk, man.
All right.
Aokiji.
What's next?
Moria. Okay, Moria versus Aokiji.
Aokiji.
Oh,
Aokiji.
it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
It should have been Pedro. Pedro got him.
It should have been Pedro, but either way, either one,
Aokiji.
either one. Is
Wait, time out. No. Hold on. Didn't we forget? I think you skipped over law. I think it's supposed to be law in Moria, no?
Nah, law. It's Law and
What?
Capone
No.
next.
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind. My
Law
bad.
Capone.
Yeah,
My bad.
I got Law.
Yeah.
I got law.
Yeah, law wins.
Yeah.
Law wins.
Capone is way too fucking like. I feel like the only
Yeah,
way
Law.
you can actually like reliably beat Law is if you're fast as fuck.
Yeah.
And Capone is just not.
Or if your hockey is dope.
Which
If
is
you
why
got
Sanji
if
the
you got
better.
dope ass hockey.
Maybe he had to beat the big father, but Law he'll figure it out. It's 1:30 in the
Yo, that's wow. Sappy.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Laz. I'm sorry.
I'll let that one slide, man. But you in my head.
That's crazy.
All right,
That's crazy.
Shiryu and Dragon.
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 Unanimous.
Dragon
Unanimous.
extreme high diff.
Let's
Oh,
get out of
You
here.
really
Dragon.
fucking
Oh,
hate Dragon, don't you?
Dragon
No.
no diff.
No,
He's the
The difficulty of these fights
king
is
of-
going higher and higher for Cole, man.
Yeah, he's the king of he's the,
Extreme high.
You have to be trolling. You have to be
Dragon
ultimate-
no diff.
You have to be
Wait a
trolling.
minute. Wait. Time out.
You gotta be trolling.
CDU was from jump portrayed to be on the same tier as Magellan,
And they can
he's-
both get it.
and he's already been on Blackbeard's side, and he may have something going forward. I mean, from just that standpoint alone, he's already raised and ranked it for probably raised in combat ability. So I'm not gonna listen. Dragons still win, but again, it comes into portrayal. People think that Dragons number one in the verse. I don't. Just that simple.
Wait, King, don't you think Dragon's weaker than the Admirals, if I remember correctly?
No,
Is that what you-
not weaker than the Admirals,
I
but
think he said
weaker than
right
two
around
former
Admiral.
Admirals.
Oh, Aokiji and Akainu? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we done? Or are we gonna do another round?
I think
Brago?
we done.
Why not?
I think we done.
Okay.
I mean, we got
Wrap it up.
okay.
Yeah.
Wrap it
Alright.
up then.
I got
Big
it.
Mom, kind
Yeah,
of Big
'cause
Mom.
Big Mom versus
Shanks,
Akainu,
Rainbow,
really
Magellan,
versus
Okay, yeah, let's just say
Bravo,
let's just say what the brackets are, and then
Yeah, so we have left is this round 3. Akainu versus Big Mom, that's going to be a discussion. Rayleigh versus Shanks, that's going to be a discussion. Fujitora and Green Bull, that's a discussion. Magellan and
Oh my
Old
God,
Whitebeard, that's a discussion. Sabo
What?
and Kaido.
No, that's not a discussion.
No,
That is
that's
not a discussion.
Akainu
That is
Big
not.
Mom is not a discussion.
Really?
The Whitebeard,
Shanks not a
It's not?
discussion.
Whitebeard,
Yes, it is.
Beautiful
Whitebeard,
Fujitora is a
Magellan.
discussion.
No.
What about
Whitebeard-
Sabo and
Whitebeard,
Kaido?
Magellan.
I mean,
Hey,
Kaido
Sabo
has a lot
went
to
to
talk
Garp.
about.
Yo,
Kaido.
listen.
Hey, for all we know,
when-
Sabo
when-
went to
yo,
Garp.
Hey, bro,
What?
Bro,
Sabo
hold
Joku.
on, time out, Braga.
Any
Honestly,
Sabo Yonko
Sabo's Yonko
level.
level. We
Hey,
got
Braga.
KFT in the next
Hey,
one. We got
Braga.
one more spot.
It might be
Let's
facts.
do it, bro.
It might
okay,
be
hold on.
facts.
We can honestly do the third round right now. Don't it seem that hard to me right
We-
now? It's
exactly.
kinda easy.
Nah, that's
It seems
gonna
kinda
take a
easy.
while.
Like-
I know.
No,
Like
it's not.
also because we have Marco and Kizaru, right?
Oh my
That's-
God.
ooh,
You're not prepared for
We
that.
have
That's a discussion.
we have
That's a
Mihawk
hard-
and
Mihawk and
Aokiji.
Aokiji.
That's a
That's a discussion. That's a discussion.
I'm
That's
not
a
up
hard
right now. I gotta be up early in the
Well,
morning.
yeah, and
That's a huge discussion.
I got-
That-
Yeah,
that's-
actually, never mind.
It is.
Never mind.
It
Yeah,
can
we got
change
some
the whole
hard ones.
bracket.
Yeah, no, we
But-
got some hard ones.
Yo,
we got some hard ones.
can we continue
Yeah,
this
I mean-
tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'm down.
yeah, I'm down. Like everyone, make sure you dislike Brago stream for killing the fun. But yeah, we can do it tomorrow.
Yeah, flag the stream, flag the stream.
Continue this tomorrow. Like no One Piece this week. We get 2 streams back to back. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get it.
already.
Yeah, so we will continue this tomorrow. Like I definitely want to have the conversation with Rayleigh and Shanks because that's something
That's a good
I've
one.
been thinking about.
And we also have to make sure we try to get as many of the same people as possible.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the consistency.
Yo, what
I'll be
time works for you
tomorrow.
guys tomorrow?
I'll be here.
Sabo versus
I'll be here.
Dragon.
Okay.
The same time,
whenever,
like
just
10:30?
I'm up here. Just let me know.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Sabo.
I'm ready. Whenever.
With the Sabo versus Kaido.
Yeah.
What if
I'll be here.
what if Dragon goes Sabo? Remember Dragon talent, Zoan Killer.
We gotta end the stream, man.
Yo.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We're getting
Like,
we're
right,
getting a bit,
Dragon.
we're
That's
getting a bit,
what I said
we're getting a
earlier.
bit too wild. We're getting a bit too wild.
Yo, shout out to the stream. We had almost 800 people watching. That's
Yo.
lit.
Almost ain't good enough.
That's lit. Tomorrow, I think we definitely gonna hit 800 with the discussions we're gonna get tomorrow with Akainu Big Mom because I've been seeing people saying Akainu beats Big Mom easy.
Whoa,
Recently.
easy. The
I've been
fuck?
seeing it a lot, man. I've been seeing it a lot.
Of course, people are saying
we
that.
got to talk about this one
Yeah,
tomorrow. That's blasphemous.
Look at her.
So
throughout
like
the
the
arc.
stream, let us know what you thought about the
Easy?
matchups, who you felt like should have gone on.
I don't agree with it.
Who you felt
I
like
feel-
got, basically screwed with Doflamingo and Luffy and those guys.
Blackbeard got screwed, bro.
I
His
don't know.
first matchup was against
Blackbeard was
Shanks.
against
Blackbeard got
Shanks.
screwed
He was
heavy.
against Shanks.
Poor guy.
against Akagami.
I think it's funny how Marco and Kizaru met up again. Like,
Yeah.
we had that conversation.
No, you know what? I think it's funny how what's his name? I like how Fujitoro and Green Bull ended up matching up. Like, even though,
Fujitoro and Green Bull matched up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because we had to remove freaking Roger.
Yeah, Roger.
Oh yeah, he's too strong. That's unfair.
Hey man, it might be hard of the cards though.
Yeah.
It could be. It could be. This is
Believe
destined.
in the heart of the card.
I think the only one for round 2. Well, it's 2 of them: Law and Dragon and Sabo and Kaido. Those are the ones that's like.
Yeah, they're
really
easy.
Discussion.
That's
Have you seen the Anime Fan Talk video, bro? I'm telling you.
I have. And
Hey,
honestly,
it's like video all
it's
the
kind
time.
of swaying me.
Oh wait, why didn't?
No, relax. I don't know about that one.
We forgot a character on this fucking list.
Who?
The stairs that killed Kuina.
Wait, Froob, that's in the finale already. So whoever gets there.
Well, we can't have
Whoever
Whoever
wins the bracket fights the stairs.
Exactly.
Hey, you think? Hey, hold on. You think those stairs could have taken care of Mihawk too or not?
Yeah.
It's
think
tanking
so.
it. It's tanking it. What do you mean?
Yo, we gonna try
It
and
might
get Matt
be
in the next one. I'm not
It might
sure.
be extreme high, extreme diff.
Hey,
Extreme
those
high,
stairs are actually Fire King level, man.
Yeah, we're
the
gonna try and get
parking
Matt in
stairs.
the next one. I don't know. Something's going on with this shit.
I mean, he's in Skypiea from the last time I heard.
Again, shout out to the chat. I appreciate you guys coming through. It's like late as hell, and you're waiting for a little bit. So I appreciate you guys. Shout out to you guys for coming through for us to talk about this tournament. What?
I think people actually dislike the stream after I fucking
They
troll.
fucking did.
Wow. Wow, that's fucked up. That's crazy.
It's all good. They're like, what the fuck you in the stream for, nigga?
Like, yo, Sabo controls the whole fight. Like, you just see him like Dragon Talent, Kaido Destroyer. He got hit.
I like how Tabby
This
comes
is
up
the
with these
Kaido
like,
Destroyer?
names on the fly. It's so
He said
good.
Kaido Destroyer. Oh my god.
Dedicated to take Kaido out.
Yo, wait, we forgot Owen. What the fuck?
Oh, after you beat the stairs, then it's like, so.
Yeah, that's a
Yo.
Exactly.
But see, Kaido, like, Kaido's gonna be like,
Wait, was
I'm not
Pound on
mad.
the list too?
Oh, Pound
No,
should
listen, okay, no, I have an honest no, time out. I have an honest gripe. Where the fuck is Buggy, bro? Come on now, we gotta like show some
Buggy didn't
respect
make
to
it past
Buggy, bro.
preliminaries.
No, I don't know, but he was on the
Hey, he lost the tryout.
preliminaries,
Oh,
man.
wow, poor Buggy, bro. He was on the Power King ship, bro. It's like, throw some respect on
He
his
failed
name.
the tryouts just like Majin Buu.
Yeah, I think he lost to like Sanji or something. I don't know. But nah, like the stream.
Honestly, I don't. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say it. Never mind.
Yeah, you guys have some blasphemous shit of killer.
Hey man, Killer's the future, bro.
Yo, if Matt B isn't gonna.
No, hey,
I'm gonna get
Killer's better than
We're gonna have
Sanji. Come on
Kaio
now,
in
it's
the
not
next
that
one.
blasphemous.
Are you fucking crazy?
Soldier of Slaughter.
Supernova. He's a is Sanji a supernova? I
Does
don't think
rank
so.
matter? I mean, hold
Oh
on.
my God.
Okay, I'm joking. Okay.
Admirals? Come on now, dog. Come on now.
Soldier of Slaughter.
Come on
Okay,
now.
I hope in the story they fight so we could like finally get a nice end to
need
this.
to, Sanji. Beats.
Please do not disrespect.
I mean, yeah, he cooked the cake that like fucked up his crew. I mean, aside from that, he's chilling.
Yeah.
Killer's
Cake was too good, okay?
getting washed hard as fuck. Though.
Washed hard as Lord.
Baking
Oh,
cakes in
Lord.
2018 can't be my favorite character.
That's
Exactly.
why. We'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.